at the live. And the live just start now. I want she come on the live, you see. Me I wait for she come on the live. After me I send my broadcast them. Come on the live, man. No, Jamaica. This too serious. This too serious. Hey, play Scully, man. Mighty God. No, sir. No. Them a cold front and never did have it so cold. Jamaica, I play Scully. Coley, big up yourself. Thank you for the rose. No, it plays too cold. The plate, no, I have to put on this over me. No, sir. All socks me away right now. This not safe. I play so cold, Jamaica. Hey. Man, them a cold and make you get in a spirit. You hear me, I tell you? Them a cold ya, make you get in a spirit, brother. Nobody not safe. Nobody. That me I tell you right now. Nobody is safe. Let me see if we go through. See it there now? See it there now? You know go through? Let's go over. You didn't go through. I try to send myself this message. I'm going to start off a show that way because it's powerful, you know. I put out a video on YouTube. Trust me. I encourage you to go check it out here. It's really about self-development. It's also a warning to the leaders of the country. You came back home yesterday from Jamaica. 5 years in New York, it's colder here. Man, me not ask Christ if Jamaica so cold. Me no want there New York or Chicago and them the place. No. I am sorry. I don't know. I mean, you know. I don't know how some people is so loving these other countries now, man. But let me tell you something. No violation. You see, when you have this level of cold.
Just because the enemy was silenced in the courts of heaven,
listen to this.
Try to deceive you afterwards.
Yes.
And deception is usually his last attempt to try to rebuild a new case.
Right.
After entering the courts of heaven, I began having recurring dreams that caused fear. And then one morning as I woke up, I heard a voice. And it says, you have one more day. Now I want to be very clear. That was not God. God has spoken to me audibly before. I know his voice.
Yes.
I know his tone.
Yes.
I know his presence.
Yes.
God's voice never produces fear. It never breeds confusion. And he never contradicts his word. This voice almost deceived me because it imitated something familiar. Jesus said in John 10:27, my sheep hear my voice.
Yes.
I know them and they follow me.
Right.
The verse doesn't just mean we hear God. It means we recognize. In 2 Corinthians 11:14 also warns us that Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. Because the enemy studies you. He knows your gifts.
My God.
And he'll try to imitate what God uses to bring on fear, doubt, or confusion. Fear is not just an emotion. In the spirit, fear is an agreement. And agreements matter in court.
Oh, gosh.
Even after the enemy is silenced in the court, he will attempt one last strategy. And that's deception. Because deception can create new evidence. When the enemy loses in court, he loses his authority. But he still tries for agreement. Because accusations require evidence. So if he can get you to agree with fear, confusion, and intimidation, he builds a new legal claim. That's why fear often shows up after a breakthrough prayer. So you may ask, how did I close the case again when fear tried to arise? I didn't panic. I didn't analyze. I didn't agree. I bind it. I rebuked. I came out of agreement with you. I revoked every accusation and reestablished truth. Because fear spoken, believed, or entertained reopens the door.
Yes.
But fear resisted makes that case fall to pieces. So this don't mean the courts didn't work, or you failed, or the enemy gained power. It means discernment is being sharpened. Listen, God allows exposure, so agreement can be removed permanently. So by the blood of Jesus, we repent for every agreement that we made with fear, intimidation, and deception. And we revoke every accusation the enemy has tried to build against us.
Yes.
And our spirit agrees with heaven.
Yes.
We declare that our heart agrees with truth.
Yes.
And our mind agrees with peace.
Yes.
And by the blood of Jesus, every legal right gained through fear is now canceled in Jesus' name.
Money has different names.
Come on now.
In marriage.
Come on now. Ladies and gentlemen, top of the morning to you, TikTok, top of the morning to you, YouTube, Bolo V&R 2.0. TikTok at any given time. If you should not see me, come over to my YouTube. Go to my bio. Up there, click my face. The link to my page is in my bio. Sheldon, big up yourself. No more have to talk to me Jamaican people. Make me reason a little bit. You guys see what's going on TikTok right there. For YouTube, you see the thumbnail, right? You have the situation with Dennis Gardner in the FID that is still a sore point in this government's decision making and clear corruption. I'm just gonna be frank, it's corruption. That's my opinion. Dennis Chung in the FID is straight corruption. Alright. Kedisha Rochester as a permanent secretary in the in the energy ministry, straight corruption. So there's a litany of issues with the JLP administration, ladies and gentlemen. Recently, you look at the political prostitutes on this poster right here, ladies and gentlemen. Recently, Andre Stevens, Delroy, how you doing? UK in the building. Please share up the live. Please like up the live. And Delroy, I want you to stick around. You say keep the fire burning, but I'm questioning if I even should. And I'm gonna get to it. All right, but we have Dennis Chung, we have Khadijah, we have the UHWI situation, we have the 24 babies dying in 24. Bless up yourself, Junior. We have 24 babies dying in 24 days in Jubilee Hospital. We have a litany of procurement issues all around different ministries of government. RADA, the fertilizers. We have the US $150 million loan. Is it a US $150 million loan? What is the details around that? What was promised in terms of giving back light to the people? There's a litany of things, that legitimate things, not exaggerations, not stuff that you can brush aside and act as if it's nothing. We have a lot of things, ladies and gentlemen, where this government is concerned, that warrants people heads to roll, business wise, people to be fired, removed from their position. When I say head to roll, everybody knows in business that means what? People move up, people get fired, people get removed, people get demoted because they're not doing their job. So let me be very clear. You understand? Because one of the things that the JLP media has been doing, headed by Oceanwide, is that they are creating all types of false narratives, and the support base of the Jamaica Labour Party is fanning the flames. All right, and it's like when you roast breadfruit and you go, and you get it something funny, yeah man, and you see it start to get away. Yeah man, you see the coal start get bright. Yeah man. So right now, as it stands, I want to ask the Jamaican people a question. How are you doing, Lorna? Jamaica. What kind of Jamaica do you want? You know, I was listening to, and that's something that you guys need to decide, you know, and tell me. What kind of Jamaica do you want? Do you want a Jamaica that is going down the direction that it's going down right now? What type of Jamaica do you want? Because ultimately, you know, that is the question that people need to answer for themselves. And I believe if we have an honest conversation with ourselves, you know, we're gonna end up in a point where real change starts to happen. The other question I want to ask you guys, Jamaica, as individually in your life living in Jamaica, do you believe that you can realize your dreams without doing anything illegal? Do you see the tools necessary to realize your dreams without engaging in illegal activity? Lorna say a better Jamaica without Andrew. But Lorna, think about it. If it's not Andrew or somebody else in the JLP, right? And you might have swapped mountain goat for monkey. You feel me I deal with? So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I'm saying to you, living in Jamaica, can you realize your dreams in Jamaica without doing any illegal activity? I'm speaking even to the police officers them, because so many of them is involved in illegal activity. They are there to enforce the law. They are there to enforce, to protect the citizens of this country, to protect this land, the soldiers, JCF and JDF. And so many of them are engaged in illegal activities. So many of them is harassing taximen on the road. So Jamaica, at the end of the day, do you want real change? That's my question to you. Because I was listening to a content creator, I don't know if you guys know Jam Cam. And Jam Cam, that's one of the most comprehensive videos I've ever seen him put together. He was really beating both sides of the parties, the ruling party and the opposition. One of the clips that he clipped up was the Dennis Meadows clip that actually caused Dennis Meadows to lose his seat, because Mark Golding said, no, this is not the direction we're going in. Because at the end of the day in Jamaica, the only reason I believe PMP did not win, you know, is because of the same people of Jamaica, you know. Why do I say that? Well, the ones that took the money and voted for JLP or took the money and did not vote for PMP, therein lies the problem. How is a corrupt government empowered? They have to have accomplices. You guys are, you know how they say, you're an accomplice to the crime. Well, a crime was committed on September 3rd. And this is why I'm asking you, what it is that you actually want? What do you want, Jamaica? What kind of Jamaica you want? You want a type of Jamaica where you have real educated young men and women, you understand, that are inventing and creating, and you understand, being innovative. And you know, I remember when I was going to school and there was a song, I am a promise, I am a possibility, I am a promise with a capital P. I am a great big bundle of potentiality. I am learning my voice. I am trying to make the right choice. I am a promise to be anything God want me to be. How many of you remember that song when he was going to school? And I'm talking to the big people, them because I'm not young. How many of you remember that song when you were going to school? Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you? Just put a 1 in the chat if you remember that song. I am a promise. I am a possibility. I am a promise with a capital P. I am a great big bundle of potentiality. How many of us now, looking at our children going to school right now, can say our children have that hope of their potentiality and their promise being realized under this government, under this present trajectory of this order that we're in? I'm talking about you earning money, making a living for yourself without doing anything nefarious or illegal. How many persons now in this time see their way through in continuing in the trajectory that we're continuing? How many? The dunce culture has been promoted by this political party. Mr. Jam came out to remind me of that because, listen, I never saw the clip, you know, man. I never saw the clip, you know, until I only heard about it. Jam came on YouTube. I tell you, man, the man put out a video, Bridget. A comprehensive video. Jamaicans don't want change, so let me leave Jamaica alone. And I'm telling you, the man have me thinking that me need to leave for no alone. The man have me thinking, okay, maybe I just need to stop talking about what is happening in the country because I'm wasting my time. That's where I'm at right now. Like, he literally got me thinking like that. The man got me thinking like, let me throw you in the towel, brother. The man was talking about Monty Perkins and all the other people, all the other journalists from back in the day that used to hold the government to account. You heard what I said? And then the man is asking the question, what has really changed in Jamaica in all these years? And I'm asking Jamaica, that's why I'm asking us, guys. I'm saying, what do you want? What do you want? Tell me what you want.
Dunce culture,
listen to this,
has become the norm, where buffoonery and social media personality like Peanut Dread, whom have been endorsed by the politician, have become the norm.
It is a continuous struggle, but we are building the capacity to overcome the gangs in a sustainable way. We are going to radam the criminal gangs. We are going to radam the criminal gangs.
Jamaicans.
That is your prime minister. I never saw that clip, I only heard about it. We are going to radam the criminal gangs. You remember when Andrew Stepline, you remember when Andrew Holness was pushing the dunce culture? Fully dunce. All the hashtags, all the everything. Wearing the clocks. Right? Like, this is why for a lot of people, an intelligent man and a no-nonsense man like Mr. Golding is not attractive to a lot of people. And this government used his skin tone and actually campaign on his skin tone And because of ignorance and dunceness, that also helped and aided in people either not believing in Mark Golding and his vision for Jamaica, or um, just not believing in any one of the parties at all. This is what took place in the election campaign. A country that says out of many one people. I just want to know, what is it that you guys want? What is it? What is it that you want? What kind of change do you want for your country? Have you even thought about it? Honestly, I don't even know why these guys do that. How can you drive in a car with the music that loud? It's so unnecessary, brother. Look how far the car there, I'm still hear it. Mighty God. Anyway, so that is my question to you guys. What is it that you actually want? And have you thought about it? And if you haven't thought about it, I mean, I think you should. Because Black Loki, what's up? Yeah, insane noise level Selvanev. and if you haven't thought about what type of Jamaica you actually want, I think you should. My wish, this is my wish. My wish is to live in a country where, you know, prosperity is the norm. And prosperity has different outlooks. You understand what I'm saying? Prosperity doesn't mean that you're driving a Benz, or even that you want to drive a Benz. That's not what prosperity means. Prosperity doesn't mean you have several mansions. Prosperity ties in with integrity. Prosperity ties in with character. Because if you're wealthy with money, or if you're rich with money, and you're morally bankrupt, you're not prosperous. You're not. How you doing, Angela? How you doing? Bless up yourself. Right? I'm coming back to that prosperity. He says, Bolo, keep up the good work. In the interest of Jamaica. Don't Jamaican people serious, because when you choose to rely on them, they will sell you out, like what they did to Mark. This is what I'm saying. Like, should I even be doing this anymore? That's where I'm like, yo, should I even be covering this type of content and looking into these types of things? Not because I'm afraid of anybody. I only fear God. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at it like, yo, do the people even want change? Do they even? Because we have to do some reflection in Jamaica. You guys lift up dons. You guys celebrate these things. You guys celebrate these people. You guys celebrate immorality on almost every level. So if you're alright, I'm gonna be very frank. And I know I'm all over the place, but please bear with me. Because this is truly about the core of us and how we are and our values. Because what is inside is going to come out. And this is why I'm asking you guys a question. What is it that you want for your country? We celebrate all of these things that are wrong. And even the Prime Minister was using it for his benefit. Black Loki, what you say? You sent what? What did you send? Right? He used it to gain power. The ignorance of the people, the dunceness of the people, the simple-mindedness of the people. He used it to gain power. And many other politicians are like that as well. But things have took a very dark turn, ladies and gentlemen. Right? In this country. We see where the political harlot, one of the political harlot that Andre Stevens talked about. We see where that individual, you know, threatened Andre Stevens. All right, Black Loki. Oh, you send something to the cash app? Thank you, man. Yeah, man. So we see the political harlot. Well, threaten Andre Stevens. And I am saying the gravity of the threat that was made online, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want us to take it lightly. And also, I want it's also a way to look at Jamaica in a vacuum, right? Because people actually support this lady on Facebook. After she threatened somebody's life online, people actually supported her. You guys remember when Andre was in a bad situation and there was some JLP people that said they wish that them did do him something? You remember that? You know, that would stop. If you drive with your sound system on the main road or in a community with that level of noise, me I take away your car. And me I put a strike on your license. And it shouldn't even be that way. You should have some conscience. It doesn't need, you're not at a party, it's not an event. It doesn't need to be that loud. Mighty God. Anyway. Right? So this lady, Andre Stevens, and like I said, she has supporters that actually support her. I think that's crazy, Antonio. I believe that is actually wild that this lady has supporters that support her even after she threatened somebody on live. The lady said the only reason why them don't unalive Andre yet are because them don't want to look bad. Who is them and how is she privy to a conversation that involves somebody taking somebody else's life and is openly talking about it? And I don't understand how she's not locked up. I do not understand how she's walking free and being bold about it, ladies and gentlemen. And she is the microcosm of the macrocosm. She's just one person. There's many of these people that think the same way. And they celebrate these types of things. They openly talk about violence like it's nothing, taking somebody else's life like they can give it. They have no fear of God. None. None. And what's worse, these people are linked with the JLP in pictures with all different types of people in the circle. Chopper John Compound come depend audio. I threaten the people. E-Right Clark big him up in a parliament. They have not disassociated. This man was on the what you call it? The Cornwall Regional Hospital project manager. So the Jamaican people is championing, well, some of them, not all of them. And I'm speaking to these people. If we are to take the election as face value, it means that the majority of the Jamaican people is leaning towards the dunceness, is leaning towards the badness culture, the corruption, the criminality, the choppings, the stealing, the thieving. Them not see nothing wrong with what the government official them doing, fattening them own pockets, putting them friend in a position in a government, them business partner, them Benz Punani, them not see nothing wrong with it. Because truly, ladies and gentlemen, if they were in the same position, they are so morally bankrupt that they would probably more than likely do the very same thing. And we're at a point where there's people out there where we go as far as big up yourself, Michaelos. There's people out there that will go as far as if you actually got Oberman and pay Oberman and them something they like. Yo, bro, and you have a political disagreement and they want to take your life. How did we get here? How did we get here? Somebody please explain it to me. Because I have nothing. I have nothing, ladies and gentlemen. But we are here. Do we want to stay here? Or do we want to actually fix this country? Because we are broken, you know. We are broken. We are broken when the entire Jamaica doesn't rise up and support our brothers and sisters. Because a lot of people think when Andre Stevens, as an example, got threatened, that it meant that wasn't a threat to everybody. That's a threat to everybody. That's a threat to every person that wants to come into this space and have an opposing view of the government. Having an opposing view of the government is the core of it, you know, with Andre, you know. Questioning their antecedents, questioning their potential movements of corruption, unraveling the nastiness of the Jamaica Labour Party. The harlot said, and you know, that's a Jezebel right there, honestly. I mean, the reason why them not unalive him yet is because them not want it look bad. People want to tap up the screen there. No man, TikTok. Come on, guys. I know some of you are at work, but come on, let's keep it a bean. You know how this thing works, right? If you guys don't double tap up the screen, it doesn't go out. I only have 1,000. How long have I been on? 34 minutes, and I only have 1,000. No man, I'm gonna go find some of my people. I'm gonna give me a second, because no, I'm not going good right now. Big up to new people them there, but I'm telling you straight, I'm not going good. I'm telling you straight. I don't see no gifts coming, which is optional, but the like button should never be optional. Even on YouTube, Dana, how you doing, my baby? Even on YouTube, what are you doing to me? What are you guys doing to me, man? What are you guys actually doing to me right now? So, it's a very, very dark day for us guys. Now, I see something happening in this space. I see Andrew Holness and Dennis Chung and Nationwide formulating a narrative. I see them formulating a narrative. So you see on the screen, you see on the thumbnail, Dennis, any update on my statutory declaration deduction probe? Recently, Dennis Chung came out in an interview. Yo, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Trying to convince us well-thinking Jamaicans that he does not have any idea about Andrew Holness's probe and the investigation. And we see now Andrew Holness asking the FID, right, in our post. Then again, I don't know if it's Andrew Holness. According to Nationwide and according to news articles, Andrew Holness is asking, yo, can I hear what's going on? His lawyers is asking, can I hear what's going on with the case? Knowing full and well that FID cannot communicate with Andrew Holness about that. Because, truth be told, guys, this is an investigation by the Integrity Commission. And a formal report will come out from them after the FID does what they're supposed to do. I believe that something cheeky is happening. You understand? Something very cheeky is happening. And I am watching this thing very, very carefully because Dennis Chung appointment and any investigation coming out of the FID, in my view, this is just me personally, I'm not telling anybody else how to think, but any report that comes out from the FID is gonna be tainted and appearing to be illegitimate, especially if it doesn't come to the verdict of Andrew Holness being guilty of something regarding his statutory declarations. You understand? The way how he has operated and reacted to the Integrity Commission, taking them to court, asking the judge to literally remove illicit enrichment from the act. I'm telling you, that is the sign of a desperate and guilty man, in my opinion. Frankly, he did not gain any points from me or any confidence from me when he did that. That's like, I tell people all the while, that's like a criminal removing the judge and the jury, or going to threaten the judge and the jury and take them powers. That move from Andrew Holness to me is like a criminal that got caught and decided, listen, I have the power. Alright? You can't judge me. Judge everybody else but me. As long as they're not coming after me or any of my people, you can do your job. That's what that said to me. I don't know about you guys. But yeah. So now, adding insult to injury, Dennis Chung came out and said, thank you so much, bro. Big up yourself, Splash Digi. Adding insult to injury, Dennis Chung come out and clearly showed his bias towards Andrew Holness's case. Oh, there's nothing wrong with 28 bank accounts. What? First of all, that is abnormal to have 28 bank accounts. Even if you have 28 bank accounts and some of them older than some, it don't matter. Right? some of them dormant, it don't matter. Okay? It's not just the 28 bank accounts. They made it seem as if that was the only thing. It was just shocking to a lot of people because so many people don't even have 2 bank accounts. And they're wondering, what the hell is the Prime Minister doing with so many bank accounts? Right? So the bank account number was shocking for some people. But the substantive issue was the activities, the very suspicious activities in the bank account. And also, you know, his charity. Very suspicious activities. A loan that he got, that the collateral that he put up he never actually had, according to the report. See, somebody here just say, mind your business. You see that? These are the people that is steering down the country. These are the people that is steering down the country. These are the people, ladies and gentlemen, that is keeping Jamaica into a sinkhole of no growth, no prosperity. These are the people. That, what you doing, Crystal? That don't want to hold the government accountable. And again, I say, should I continue? Because Jamcam really did a number on me with this video. I'm like, should I continue? Should I even continue to have these conversations? Because it seems that the large majority of the Jamaican people are supporters of corruption. I'm going to play a clip that kind of ties a bow into that particular argument. I was listening to, I have it on my TikTok. You guys can go, hey guys on TikTok, you guys should subscribe, you know, and check out my videos, you know, and support the platform properly, man. Respect, keep it honest, respect, peanut, and go have a big up. Right? Listen to this from Byron. Listen to this. Mystic Sensation made a very sober argument and something to think about. Ponkos, what's up? And Titans tonight. Listen to this.
And so then they decided that I don't put it technically because I'm using like in party. That is what they are saying. And they are fully in support of the corruption. They accept the Prime Minister, right, as it relates to the statutory declaration. It cannot be verified. It cannot be certified. And they accept the Prime Minister to attack the anti-corruption system in wanting to eliminate the corruption act that deals with police enrichment. When you think of these things, it's really like serious cause for concern where our society is going.
Mass control.
Right? And it seems like each day we are one step closer to the
Phoenix.
And that's the land of no return. Right? How can we, say that we are looking to be a better nation? If you calculate the period between 2012 to 2000.
Before I go to 2012, guys, you see what I'm talking about? This is what I'm saying. If we are to take September 3rd at face value, it's saying to us the people literally like they support corruption. Yo, share this live with 5 people for me, guys, right now. Everybody press the share button and share this live with 5 people. the people literally is telling us, yo, a choppings that are dirt. You see me? And them just a part. I just want to be a part of it. Good morning. I sent you a message in your inbox. Let me check it out.
2016, early part of 2016, we showed the Pusha Simpson's administration and we make a comparison, right, between Andrew Holness, their administration, and Pusha Simpson.
Phoenix, may I send them a number in a car?
You
understand?
Did we have a health crisis in Pusha Simpson?
Listen to this.
Under Pusha Simpson's administration? No. The Pusha Simpson administration spent the amount of money that Andrew Holness administration spent. No. One has to really reconcile with that. That under the Pusha Simpson administration, Pusha Simpson was able to spend $60 billion. And get more. That is what they're talking about. Spending less and get more. Wow. Now under the Andrew Holness administration, Andrew Holness administration spent over $140 billion. Jesus. So let's look at that. Let's just look at that and argue that.
Hey.
If you want something solid to talk.
Phoenix, I will respectfully disagree. Yeah, man. Anything outside of the way, yeah, man. We now work with it. Yeah, man. Anything outside of God's way, as long as it's dealing with it's outside of godly principles, yes. You see, truth has no filter, you know. You can't almost good, and you can't mix one little bit of good with bad, and it's good. You can't mix oil and you can't mix water. Right? Me just answer your question where you send me in the inbox. I hope you're still here. Yeah, you can't mix. And that's for you, Phoenix. So, you know, and that's it. I have nothing else to say. Nothing will change. I see them. I see what they do. I see what they're about. You understand? And you know, there's other things, but I will not say. Right? Yeah. So no. They do a lot of nefarious things, and are a part of a lot of nefarious acts, in not just Jamaica but all around the world. But moving on.
Michael, I do expect it. $60 billion spent in the time, and he didn't have a healthcare crisis. United States did not issue a
what does
travel advisory. Canada did not issue a travel advisory. Right? And that was a $60 billion budget. Now look on the budget that costs over $160 billion. United States issued travel advisory. Canada issued travel advisory. Nurses and doctors marching against injustice. Marching against the dilapidation of the healthcare system. Did we have that? No. And our Pusha Simpson administration with a budget span of only $60 billion. This is what the people don't answer this question. This is what the people to reflect on what the Titans are saying. Reflect on these issues as we address them. Yes. A $60 billion budget in Pusha Simpson. Didn't have any travel advisory issued from the United States, neither Canada. Right? And neither did we have nurses and doctors coming out, right? And everyone so hyper alert as it relates to our healthcare crisis. We didn't have that. But here under Andrew Holness administration that spent over $160 billion on healthcare, and with the general right, is saying that, oh, you spend $160 billion on healthcare. The Ministry of Health has a problem. What is the problem? No, the problem is that over $800 billion unaccounted for. Did we have that? Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this. How much millions or billions of dollars were unaccounted for in the Ministry of Health and the Portia Simpson administration? Jamaican people are not asking these questions. Big Mama are not asking these questions. And I am summoning Big Mama, right? Charles Davis and whoever over. Ask the vital question. That how much was unaccounted for, how much billions of dollars was unaccounted for during the Portia Simpson's administration, the PJ Patterson's administration, and the Michael Manley administration. Let us ask our mainstream media to go back, do your research, as it relates to the Auditor General in terms of what the Auditor General, right, has been reporting on. And over 8 for in the administration,
Crazy.
and the Holness administration under Christopher Tufton portfolio. Whoa.
Crazy, bro.
Did we have that as it relates to past administration? We are asking our mainstream media to come out and tell us, make a comparison. How much billions of dollars were missing under Portia Simpson administration as it relates to healthcare, as it relates to education, and as it relates to the Prime Minister's office? Plus free education. Whoa. Ask. They're anticipating your asking, and they're anticipating the answers that are going to be provided. So this goes to show you, right, that for those who want to defend criminality and normalize corruption, it is what it is. And I agree back. Alright,
So, the Jamaican people, a lot of them, simply is normalizing corruption. Yeah, man, they have normalized corruption in Jamaica. That's where we're at. That's literally where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing wrong with it. It's alright, it's good. Feel me I deal with? Mark Golding had a media release today. I haven't really get to listen to it, so let me just go to it right now. Yeah, man, let me go to it right now. Oh, he didn't. Oh, I guess it's on his I guess it's on his TikTok. Maybe I should play it from a computer. From a WhatsApp. Oh, no, it's not there. Okay. Send it to myself. But Mama P never have them issue, yeah. I just, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It is what it is. Oh, I'm going to find it, man. Don't worry yourself. I'm going to find it and play it. Jamaica. Jamaica. Welcome to Jamrock. Alright, me have it now. Yeah, Mama P never had these issues, you know, man. These litany of issues where corruption is concerned. PG never have so much scandal. If you check the monies that are unaccounted for, like just regular records not being like. And you know what's funny? All of the stuff that's happening under the Andrew Holness led administration, you know, is things that. Oh, here we go.
This year is the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the National Housing Trust, an agency of the government of Jamaica that was created out of the vision and commitment of Prime Minister Michael Manley in the 1970s. Over those 50 years, the National Housing Trust has been responsible for the building or financing of over 300,000 homes, touching the lives of over 1 million Jamaicans. The institution of the National Housing Trust is a prime example demonstrating how positive visionary government can transform the lives of the people of Jamaica. Housing means such a critical need and being such a difficult thing for persons who don't have the necessary financial do it on their own, how they can become owners of a piece of the rock. The NHT has enabled that for so many Jamaicans. And of course, I want to also mention some of the ideas that we have put forward in our manifesto in the recent general elections to enhance the NHT. We wanted to repurpose it to its original mandate of focusing on affordable housing. In recent times, it has lost its way and ventured into projects involving the building of houses at prices of $30 to $40 million out of reach of ordinary Jamaican people. We want to focus and refocus on affordable housing because that is where there's a huge demand which is not being met currently in the country. We want to stop the annual removal of $11.4 billion each year from the NHT to fund the budget. This has been going on for over a decade now, and it was originally implemented when we were at most onerous IMF agreement to try and get the public debt down. But since then, it has been continued out of convenience, even though it is no longer strictly necessary to meet any particular IMF target. We want to stop that $11.4 billion annual extraction because it is weakening the financial base of the NHT. We want to use the NHT to provide opportunities to more young people to become owners. We want to establish a fund within the NHT to give grants to first-time buyers over $500,000 to help them meet the deposit and become an owner of the property that they have a dream to own. We also want to make the terms of lending for public sector workers more attractive, and where there's a number of proposals designed to do that. And of course, to make houses more affordable, we were going to not charge in the price the value of the land itself, and that would have removed a substantial and meaningful portion of the cost of buying the house and made the house more affordable for the people of Jamaica. These are just some of the things that we had in mind. The rent-to-own scheme for those Jamaicans who are in the informal economy, self-employed, and can't produce a formal pay slip to prove their income and are presently not eligible to qualify for a mortgage. We would allow them to go into possession of the house as a tenant, and as long as they met the monthly payments, which would have been fixed at an amount equal to what the mortgage payments would be, after a reasonable period of time of performing those obligations, we would treat that as signifying that they are eligible for a mortgage so they could borrow the money and buy the house of their dreams. These are some of the proposals that we had in mind in keeping with the vision of Michael Manley, the founder of the National Housing Trust. God bless him.
Oh my God, this just brings me back to the point that I was making earlier. Jamaica, what do you want? What kind of country do you want? What type of leadership do you want to have in this country? Mark Golding and the People's National Party put together one of the most comprehensive, detailed manifestos the manifesto was so well thought of. I don't think there was any wiggle room for them to even engage in any type of corruption, even if they wanted to. Because all of the things that they posited it and pivoted with. This is just the start. The first in the family, just the start. You remember when the original number came out for persons in terms of housing, where they were taking about 35 and younger, and then they brought it up to 40-year-old and younger? Who remember that? Do you know how much under 40-year-olds was going to take advantage of that housing market? There's a large deficit in terms of home ownership in Jamaica. That's why you have so much squatters, or what them call squatters. I don't even know how people do it. I don't know how people say, yeah man, probably may have too much principle. I don't know how people like go up on the land there and just say them are going to build a house on it and call it their own. We can argue say God intended it to be that way. We can argue say God gave us all of this free, and I'd have a serious argument. I would literally have a serious argument. When the pen a big up. Right? God gave all of this free to us, and the water He gave us free. The air that we're breathing that's quite cold right now He gave us free. The trees with so many, the herbs, the animals. God gave us, not one entity, not a government, us dominion over this. His people, His children. So I could argue that really and truly, nobody should be paying tax. None of that stuff. Alright? And that would be a different conversation. However, we are paying tax. And there's something called the NHT. So why isn't the NHT being used to benefit the majority of the people that actually put the money together in the first place? The NHT has no power without the taxes of the people. So what happened? Guys, could you double tap up the screen for me? On TikTok, come on now. I'm at 1 hour and 3 minutes, and we are literally at 5,000. At this rate, you guys want me to spend 10 hours on TikTok for me to get 50,000 likes. That's crazy. That's crazy. I need to spend 10 hours on TikTok to get 50,000 likes, guys. No, man. I feel like someone can give me that 50,000 like that in the next. No joke about that. The tap-ins. Everybody get active for the tap-ins, man. Come on now, man. Catch me up, man. Catch me up. Right? And then let me drop the let me pin this. Cause just because me have on me pull over, that don't mean say I don't want my hat, you know. My cowboy hat, you know. Don't get it twisted, you know, man. Don't get it twisted.
This year is the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the National Housing Trust, an agency of the government of Jamaica that was created out of the vision and commitment of Prime Minister Michael Manley in the 1970s. Over those 50 years, the National Housing Trust has been responsible for the building or financing of over 300,000 homes, touching the lives of over 1 million Jamaicans. The institution of the National Housing Trust is a prime example demonstrating how positive visionary government can transform the lives of the people of Jamaica. Housing means such a critical need and being such a difficult thing for persons who don't have the necessary financial faculties to do it on their own, how they can become owners of a piece of the rock. The NHT has enabled that for so many Jamaicans. And of course, I want to also mention some of the ideas that we had put forward in our manifesto in the recent general elections to enhance the NHT. We wanted to repurpose it to its original mandate of focusing on affordable housing. In recent times, it has lost its way and ventured into projects involving the building of houses at prices of $30 to $40 million out of reach of ordinary Jamaican people. We want to focus and refocus on affordable housing because that is where there's a huge demand which is not being met currently in the country. We want to stop the annual removal of $11.4 billion each year from the NHT to fund the budget. This has been going on for over a decade now, and it was originally implemented when we were in the most onerous IMF agreement to try and get the public debt down. But since then, it has been continued out of convenience, even though it is no longer strictly necessary to meet any particular IMF target. We want to stop that $11.4 billion annual extraction because it is weakening the financial base of the NHT. We want to use the NHT to provide opportunities to more young people to become owners. We want to establish a fund within the NHT to give grants to first-time buyers over $500,000 to help them meet the deposit and become an owner of the property that they have a dream to own. We also want to make the terms of lending for public sector workers more attractive, and where there's a number of proposals designed to do that. And of course, to make houses more affordable, we were going to not charge in the price the value of the land itself, and that would have removed a substantial and meaningful portion of the cost of buying the house and made the house more affordable for the people of Jamaica. These are just some of the things that we had in mind. The rent-to-own scheme for those Jamaicans who are in the informal economy, self-employed, and can't produce a formal pay slip to prove their income and are presently not eligible to qualify for a mortgage. We would allow them to go into possession of the house as a tenant, and as long as they met the monthly payments, which would have been fixed at an amount equal to what the mortgage payments would be, after a reasonable period of time of performing those obligations, we would treat that as signifying that they are eligible for a mortgage so they could borrow the money and buy the house of their dreams. These are some of the proposals that we had in mind in keeping with the vision and meaningful portion of the cost of buying the house and made the house more affordable for the people of Jamaica. These are just some of the things that we had in mind. The rent-to-own scheme for those Jamaicans who are in the informal economy, self-employed, and can't produce a formal pay slip to prove their income and are presently not eligible to qualify for a mortgage. We would allow them to go into possession of the house as a tenant, and as long as they met the monthly payments, which would have been fixed at an amount equal to what the mortgage payments would be, after a reasonable period of time of performing those obligations, we would treat that as signifying that they are eligible for a mortgage so they could borrow the money and buy the house of their dreams. These are some of the proposals that we had in mind in keeping with the vision of...
So the PMP led by Mark Golding had some very progressive, empowering plans in regards to housing for the Jamaican people, for persons to access more ownership. They were, I mean, the way how the PMP was looking at home ownership and land ownership, we would have realized the greatest transfer of wealth to the people of Jamaica under our People's National Party. You know what you're not going to see happen under this government that we have now? The greatest transfer of wealth from the government to the people of Jamaica. They are not going to do it. Andrew Holness is not going to do it. Because Andrew Holness is a Privy Council member, and Privy Council is run by the king, and the royalty don't intend to give back what they stole or what their family stole. Right? Who is this? George Allen. George Allen. PMP was the first to withdraw from the NHT money and use it for a budgetary purpose. You know, George Allen, you know that context matters. Why did the PMP have to use the money? Let us Google that. Let's Google that. Let us Google that real quick. This is a teachable moment. Why did the PMP have to use the NHT fund in the budget? Let us Google that. Quick Google search, George Allen. You now have to ask Andrew. A quick Google search. No, it's not the same reason. The People's National Party Administration 2012 to 2016 used the National Health Trust Fund in the national budget to meet strict fiscal targets required by the International Monetary Fund. Google it and learn. And if you come with one more either comment, me I go block you. We don't have any strict IMF requirements. There is no need to take money from the National Housing Trust. There is no need to take money from the National Housing Trust. As a matter of fact, because of the PMP and making the fiscal rules into law, we had such a good thing going that even in the debate, Andrew Holness didn't realize that there was an actual change that Mr. Golding mentioned in the debate. Who remember when Mr. Golding said, we'll be at such and such percent, and there's a cap space open up in the economy? Because the JLP wrecked the economy and they did not pay up and they didn't pass any of the IMF tests and Porsche had to fix it. That is the reason. It is the fault of the JLP and that is not debatable. Come off from a page and stop spreading disinformation and misinformation. Come off from a page. You guys are liars. You guys are incredible and bare-faced liars on the internet to support an idiot party. Right? The agreement with the IMF to stabilize the country's economy. Why did they have to stabilize the country's economy? Because Andrew Holness and him government, Bruce Golding, Manayard. I block him already. Simple Google search because I don't like read. It's not debatable. Everybody knows why Mama P had to go into the NHT. What's up, Kashina? So the NHT fund, the trust was there, right? Just for that moment in time when they had to pass the IMF test. Simple. Let me see what I go on there, so. He's not thinking, you know. He's not thinking. Matthew, good evening. Rajic, big up. It's not about thinking, you know. IDEK, big up. It's not thinking. They just lie. And they go on the internet and they repeat these lies over and over and over again. And then some dunce people, when I read, actually run with them lie and come repeat the lie. I don't have a problem with nobody challenging anything when I say. Guess what I did? I went and I looked it up immediately. And went for the evidence and the facts. See that? Just all I have to do is type in, why did the PMP have to use the National Housing Trust into the budget? The PMP was in a tight situation. Those were some of the strictest rules. Mama P had to go on her knees and bow down to the IMF to even get them to talk to her because of the Jamaica Labour Party. That's not anyway organization. That is a fact. So don't come over here on this page with nonsense. I'm a moderator. Anytime when I see them come with the foolishness, block them. When I see them come with them type of lie, they block them. Period. The Jamaica Liard Party and the Jamaica Liard supporter them. Be honest, man. Be honest. Have some integrity. Is that too much to ask? This is how I know that you guys know you're illegitimate. This is how I know that you guys don't really not walk proud, not proud on the party. You cannot be proud of thieves. Right? Jamaica Liard Party. See one next liar there? See there? No integrity. None. Thief. Wagwan clear. I want to tell them the truth to burn them. And them resort to insults. And when them not resort to insults, they want to threaten people. These are the scumbags that is destroying the country. Scumbags like that. No apology. That's why the country is going down into a cesspool. They have created a cesspool. Sharona, how you doing? I'm out of order. If you know what is good for you. You don't know my mother. My mother is a praying mother. If you know what is good for you. You don't mention my mother here. No weapon formed against my mother shall prosper. My mother is a testimony that God is real. So you be careful. Any of you when you come on my page, you're careful. You love to talk about people, mother, you're careful. Some of you wake sleep and wake up. Some of you meet up and yo, let me tell you something, man. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. We notice the mama argument is easy for them, for some of these people on TikTok. Right? The mama argument easy. But be careful, yeah? Be careful. Now tell her that. Be careful. Alright? Back to this. So, the political prostitutes, ladies and gentlemen, are trying to rebrand themselves as watch. Oh my God, the political prostitute them where Andre talk about. Them are trying to rebrand themselves as Iron Woman or Wonder Woman. You know Wonder Woman in the cartoon? Yeah, man. This society of feminists that, you know, hey, let me tell you, cartoon I want serious something, you know. And ladies, listen, Denise, everybody. Oh, I'd big up yourself. Carleen, listen to me. Oh, am I enjoying the weather? You know see me in a jacket? All socks me have on. Me not complain. Me just work. Me just adapt. You understand the mess right now? Me if you have on one longer pants, cause no sir. Skin dry and ashy boy. No. This don't look good. Skin dry and ashy. Only like ashy. Why? If it wasn't the black, if it wasn't for the black cause IMF wouldn't even look at Mama P at the time. Listen to me. Back to what me I say now, because I'm done with the IMF thing. That's so easy to debunk, it's ridiculous. Them just lie. But anyway, I am saying cartoons are very, very serious. And ladies, give me a second there. Give me a second. This is just the truth, and you guys need to understand this. Ladies and gentlemen, cartoons and shows condition your mind. They send hidden messages in these cartoons. You see this strong woman thing, and woman strong thing from in the cartoon them. You see Wonder Woman, how did Wonder Woman born? What is the story of Wonder Woman, people? One whole island of women that not have no man on it. How did the queen have a child? What she do? Is an immaculate conception them have on the island? They have used cartoons. They have used hidden messages in these programs to program your mind. That's why it's called a tell-eye vision. Programming. Television program. You understand? So they have been pushing the what you call it now? The campaign against men in these cartoons for the longest, in these movies for the longest. This is the devil's plan. It is period the devil's plan. I am redeemed, big up. It is the devil's plan. Ladies and gentlemen out there, if you love God, you have to. I'm talking about the ladies. Ladies specifically, if you love God, you must love, cherish, and respect men. And equally, if you love God, you must love, cherish, and respect women. Anything else is satanic. I'm sorry. It is the truth. Anything else is not of God. Period. The cold, unadulterated truth of the matter, ladies and gentlemen. So they have been using these mediums to warp your mind into celebrating a woman that does not recognize men and she's stronger than men and she have this superpower and can block bullet and all this crap. Right? And she walk alone and she immortal. It is of the devil. They use these cartoons and these mediums. I'm telling you. And the cartoons nowadays are worse than before. The hidden messages. If you can grow your children and not have a television, it's the best thing for you. If you can focus your children into observing nature, being this, having true discovery, right, and reading and stuff like that, you, the parent, have to sit down and program your children's mind, because there's so much distraction right now. I'll tell you something. I cannot have children with anybody. I have to have a woman that has similar and serious mindset that I have towards growing the child in terms of their education from a very young age. Because I don't really have these conversations on YouTube. I don't really have these conversations on YouTube. But if me and you, if I was to sit down with the right person, right? It's gonna naturally lead down to these types of dialogues. Right? Because the energy, right people and right energy, right conversation, right environment. SpongeBob. Yo, listen, man. Bro, the amount of hidden sexual deviance that is promoted in cartoons is ridiculous. I will wonder why the children them and most of the youth them in schools now, the girl them, listen, the LGBTQ community in Jamaica, you know, is promoting and endorsing and backing up the kids them in school, you know. Literally engaging in these types of activities, you know. But hold on there. Let me find this. Since I'm already upon the topic, let me go upon a word and a verse. Because, and also this goes back to me saying, do I need to even do this anymore? Do I need to even talk about these topics anymore? Because the apostle say, you have to be salt and light. If you're standing for righteousness, you alone have to stand up in the room and be the one person where I'm going to say no when everybody else has to say yes. Not because you want to be you want to be disagreeing, but because you're standing for what is right. You should be comfortable with standing alone on the mountain of righteousness, surrounded by a sea of iniquity. You should be comfortable with standing alone on righteousness. That's why a person that is a truth teller usually don't have a lot of friends. Because persons don't like when you tell them the truth. And that's why sometimes I understand Mr. Lonesome when he say, man, the man in the wilderness. You understand? Because really and truly, yo, I saw you have this here, brother. I saw you have this here. Where you say you have 3 friends and one day are foreign casements. No, seriously. Let me find the word and a verse. Hold on there. Because at the other day, we see him talk about it. And some dangerous things are going on in high school, you know. Dangerous things are going on in high school. Remember me tell you. And it's all a part of them plan with the Samoa agreement. In case you don't know. In case you don't know.
This requires immediate, urgent attention and action from every well-thinking citizen.
Listen to this.
In Jamaica. Every parent in Jamaica. Every teacher in Jamaica. If you really love our children and want to have a bright, prosperous future, and more importantly, if you want to be in good graces with God, if you want Jamaica to be in good graces with God, it is critical. So it's past a crisis. And it was escalated, the matter was escalated yesterday, those of you who are listening. And so the special report, which was aired earlier, just in case you missed it, we're going to share it, and then the next voice.
And the education ministry is involved in some decisions too, where it appears they want to say, oh, this is forward thinking. Bullshit. You hear what I said? BS. Talking about you're gonna put condoms in school and give out condoms. Listen me. Yo, me say Apostle get mad, the boss say, what? What do you mean you're gonna give out condoms? You see, it's one thing when a parent decide to do that for their single child. But when the government and the institution decides that they're gonna stand behind something like that, is a whole different ballgame, you know? You are saying to them, go ahead, sin. It's okay. If you die today, your soul is going to hell. But enjoy yourself. That's literally what you're telling the kids then. School is so hard. Do you know how hard school is? Do you know how hard getting your education is, and you want to promote and encourage kids to do that and still engage in sexual activity, telling them about giving them yo,
you will hear will be that of
madness,
Pastor
fam.
Moca.
Madness.
We treat this matter very
madness
seriously, very seriously, as we would with a literal virus outbreak. It's a spiritual virus, obviously,
yeah,
and must be treated as such.
Is a special report from the TBC newsroom in collaboration with Freedom Come Rain newspaper. Rampant and normalized. That's how one guidance counselor has described the prevalence of same-sex relationships in schools across Jamaica.
When I hear this,
checks with other guidance counselors and educators have confirmed this reality in some of the country's top high schools. The teachers have asked that their identities be kept confidential. High school teachers who spoke to Freedom Come Rain newspaper said that both the students and the staff who refuse to condone the homosexual lifestyles are labeled homophobic. The children sometimes video themselves engaging in varying sexual activities and are often backed by parents who chastise educators for wanting to prevent their children from exploring. When the videos are brought to the attention of school administrators, advocates from known LGBTQ lobby groups generally attend disciplinary meetings on behalf of the students and threaten lawsuits. The widespread exposure to pornography and content from other countries, such as the USA, where homosexuality is accepted, has resulted in many local children becoming more accepting of the LGBTQ lifestyle. Students are also being targeted by Jamaican-based gay lobby organizations that promote their messages at central locations where students gather before and after school. This is a part of a global agenda to groom and indoctrinate young children into the lifestyle. Parents are admonished to continue teaching their children traditional Judeo-Christian values, which mandates sexual relationships between a married man and woman as God's divine design. Lead pastor at Metro City Church, Jeremy Shashaw, gave the following advice during the church's Real Talk podcast.
We need to start young. We need to start young. The world has an agenda. It is striking to me that I'll even talk to Christian people and they'll go, there's no agenda. And I'm like, are you crazy? You have to have your head buried in sand, right? To not realize that the LGBT community says that we have a set of values and we are pushing that into culture. It is declared that they want to teach kids not just tolerance, but absolute acceptance of all things sexual, all things, you know?
Thank you very much. And also the situation.
So, only hear that. The LGBT community worldwide, they are going after your children. They are going after your children. They want all types of sexual immorality to be normalized. One of the sexual immoralities is sleeping with little people. MINORS. Yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. That is the final nail in the coffin that the devil wants to put in place. So, you know, the orgies of sexual immorality. Anything goes. Yes, this person in that, all of this. And normalize that. And then, of course, people that involve sexually with animals and all different type of... Listen, they want it to be where... Oh, no, man. You like to have relations with a goat? That's cool. You mean the same goat don't have a pot to eat? Yeah, man, you can have a relation with a goat, man. You want to sleep with a tiger, which probably will be eaten, trying to engage in that manner, but you know, this is what you want, right? Hold on the people. Mighty God. Mighty God. So, yeah. So you want to engage with any type of animal. Oh, that's cool, you know. Hey, so everything goes. We are living in the end times, ladies and gentlemen. So when you see floodings and massive loss of lives and, you know, all of this, the demons are roaming unchecked. And Jamaica has opened up herself to those same demons roaming unchecked in Jamaica. So you think God is going to just sit by and watch? What are you doing, Sharon? You think God is going to just sit by and watch things go that way? And nobody is not checked. The country is not checked. You think that's going to happen? And let me... The LGBTQ community and their sexual immorality is the same sexual immorality as you having sex out of wedlock. Yeah, oh my God, I am redeemed. Listen. 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 Man, bruh. And this is not hate. Right? God loves all of us and God wants us to repent. So that our life, our soul won't be damned to hell. You know what I mean? Point blank period. Point blank period. This is one of the reasons why I wish to be wealthy, you know. And have children. I would love to homeschool my kids. I would love to homeschool my kids. I'm sorry. The social world is really wild. The social world is very wild, brother. Yeah, soon as I'm wealthy, soon as I got stuff together. Me tell you, man, it's better to have a wife than burn in the lake of fire. Yeah, man. Yo, Black Loki, you tripping, bro. Black Loki, you tripping. Yo, Black Loki say I need 7. What? First of all, these females nowadays ain't trying to hear that, fam. These females nowadays ain't trying. Yo, you know how much a female gotta love you to have 7 kids with you? A lot of these females, like, they don't even have love anymore. Like, they don't have love. Like, I'm telling you the truth. Their love is not unconditional. Their love come with condition. They are not having 7 kids with their family. They're not doing it. Because, listen, it's the same problem again, you know. They have been programmed. Females are in relationships, a lot of them, not all of them. They are in relationships right now, and they're playing dandy shandy in their. I don't know how the conversation went here, but we are here. They are playing dandy shandy in the relationship. 1 foot, 1 toe in, and the rest of them body out just in case. Oh, and by the way, they expect to get the full benefits of a normal relationship where they're all in. But them have 1 toe inside of the relationship and them rest of them body out just in case. So when a next opportunity, because men to them are opportunity, you know. So when the next opportunity arises, that, yeah, you know, them have one saying, why me I try with the little man? So yeah, try with him. Try. They don't make a commitment. They must see where it goes until it go on top. And then them always ready to move on. A lot of these females are like that right now. Right? That's why a wise man once said, be with a female that is head over heels and in love with you, not you in love with them as a man. Can't believe it or not? When a man decide, oh, that is it. Listen. When a man see in our woman, oh, that is it. Because a man really invests a lot, you know, in a relationship, you know. Look at the things that is expected of a man. Truly expected. Why should a man be a man and not demand that he gets 100% respect, 100% loyalty, and unconditional love from his spouse? Why? He's doing what a man is supposed to do, you know. Let me be clear. Physically, mentally, spiritually, all of them. Monetarily, all of them doing what he's supposed to do. Giving his all. So why should he give his all and not get his all from a woman? Why should he do that? Make it make sense. Just make it make sense, bro. It don't make no sense. None whatsoever. Madness. Madness, fam. But
it's this requires, this basically is to raise an alarm.
Listen to this.
This is to raise an alarm to the people of Jamaica that this matter is untenable. We will not allow the reprobate lifestyle to take over our schools and by extension our communities and our nation. We couldn't care who is involved and who is not involved. We treat them as Goliaths. We treat them as the Sanballats, Tobias, the Hivites, the Amalekites, the Midianites, and so on. But there is one weapon that we have. And of course, one sovereign warrior whose name is Jehovah El Gibor, in and through Jesus the Christ, the Son of the living God. He has never lost a battle. And he has given us the mandate to go out and be salt and light. Jamaica shall not capitulate to the beast through the reprobate lifestyle or any of the other vices. And we are making that clear. Not under our watch. This basically is to raise an alarm. Before I say that, anyway, let me mention this before I forget. They also, with the realignment, you're going to be having famous persons. Famous persons. This year is going to be a record-breaking year. Famous persons bowing out or falling from the scene. Falling from grace, dying, losing their...
How much famous person wanna see die so far? Jamaica. How much famous person wanna see die so far this year? Quite a number. And I tell you, this was like a week ago. This video come out. I'm looking at the news. Yo, may I tell you, the apostle them, Apostle Shuttleworth, Mark Stewart, Apostle Peter Chambers, Dr. Bishop Mark Stewart, Apostle Peter Chambers. Give them the right title. Respect. Yo, man, I tell you, it's serious, people. It's serious. It's serious. Really check and look. Oh, as a matter of fact, let me endorse this since you guys are here. Dr. Bishop Mark Stewart is having an event, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let me go to the pictures here. He's having an event. I think it's February. I don't want to know the wrong thing. Here it is. February 15th to March 1st. Right? Rosemount Community Center, Linstead, St. Catherine. Right? Revival to populate. Right? Where you go? Is it revival to populate plundering hell? Or revival plundering hell to populate heaven? Yes. Revival plundering hell to populate heaven. Dr. Bishop Mark Stewart and the Breakthrough team. There is a guest pastor, Kevin Patrick McGuinness. Pastor Kevin Patrick McGuinness will be in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. 15th of February to March 1st. Rosemount Community Center, Linstead, St. Catherine. That is what is happening. See there? I'm sure if you look on TikTok, you see a video with this up. I believe I did post a video with it. Right? Now, Mr. Andrew Holness. Let's go to Mr. Andrew Holness. Mr. Andrew Holness had this to say, ladies and gentlemen. This is wild. This is a bit wild.
Have also received their disbursement through direct deposit.
Already, the government,
valued at up to $500,000, have officially commenced.
The government has also issued so far to 50 persons who have been assessed as having severe damage. So far, since we have started, which was just today, 50 persons have gotten their $500,000 grant to restore their roof.
Households with primarily senior citizens have also received their disbursement through direct deposit.
Already, the government has distributed 1,234 grants under the Roofs program. And they have done this by direct transfers, meaning it has gone from the bank account of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security into the bank accounts of the 1,234 beneficiaries.
And a further 20 Jamaicans received prepaid cards with their disbursements. Dr. Holness says with all payment modalities now activated, the government is fully prepared to disburse funds to help all types of damage. In the meantime, to prevent fraud, Dr. Holness has tasked the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency Moca to provide some oversight.
We have to check that if you got a grant, that you actually use it for the purpose you got the grant for.
Wait. No, Jamaica, listen to me. This will lick me for 6 right now. You're telling me that Andrew Holness just said that a while ago? Andrew Holness said try fi. Not try, but in a litany of affidavits, try to remove illicit enrichment from the Integrity Commission Act through the courts. Hold on, wait. This is a TikTok moment. This is a TikTok moment. Wow. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. No, 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 no. No.
And that you're not defrauding the government. I want to sound the warning clearly that if you get the grant, the portion of the grant that is directed at your roof, fix your roof, start your roof.
Mommy, ball out. Ball out. No, ball out. Jamaica, ball out. No, 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 no. We can't believe this. No, we can't believe this. No, no, we can't believe this. Wait. What is going on right now, bro? Hey, who there? Which one of my moderator then there? One I want to remind me from my WhatsApp, say if you do that video and put it on TikTok. Yo, no, Jesus have mercy, Father God, take a case. Father God, we need you, we need you, God. We are dealing with one sick, kleptocratic, dictatorial, wicked, corrupt government and leadership. Father God, we need you to deliver us from fear. This not normal. This not normal. This not normal. You hear what I said? Me have to go digest that little bit. Hold on.
In the meantime, to prevent fraud, Dr. Holness has tasked the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency Moca to provide some oversight.
Oh my God.
We have to check that if you got a grant, that you actually use it for the purpose you got the grant for. And that you're not defrauding the government. I want to sound the warning clearly that if you get the grant, the portion of the grant that is directed at your roof, fix your roof, start your roof. 234 grants under the Roots program, and they have done this by direct transfers, meaning it has gone from the bank account of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security into the bank accounts of the 1,234 beneficiaries.
And a further 20 Jamaicans received prepaid cards with their disbursements. Dr. Holness says with all payment modalities now activated, the government is fully prepared to disburse funds to help all types of damage. In the meantime, to prevent fraud, Dr. Holness has tasked the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency Moca to provide some oversight.
We have to check that if you got a grant, that you actually use it for the purpose you got the grant for. And that you're not defrauding the government. I want to sound the warning clearly.
No.
Get the grant.
Oh, Jesus.
The portion of the grant.
Oh, my God.
That is directed at your roof. Fix your roof. Start your roof.
Jamaica. Mighty God. No. Yo, this can't really, no, brother. What we say this can do? This cannot be real. Huh? Is that Andrew Holness? What can go so? Alright, so we have one more person here, so that's a traitor to democracy. Alright, goodbye. That's crazy. That is crazy. Person say, I support 1 p.m. action. The fact that they call them 1 p.m., you know, say, is a worshipper, Andrew Holness, that idol worship, right? Yeah, man. Anyway. Wow. That is stunning. That is actually stunning. You know what I mean? Stunning, man. This need crowd. May I get some crowd, people? This need crowd. Crowd right now. Crowd. Oh, sorry. This need crowd. This need crowd. So my life on Bolo V&R clips. Bolo V&R clips. Everybody, wanna share up that live. Yeah, man. We want to put back some energy in this live. Share up this live. We are going to break this down. Please, thank you, Denise. Share up this live. We are going to break this down. We are going to break down what Andrew Holness just said a while ago.
50 residents in hurricane-ravaged parishes have received payments of $500,000 under the government's restoration of owner or occupant family shelters roofs program so far. And as more persons get help, the government has tasked the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency Moca to identify any instances of fraud in the initiative. After months of waiting post-Hurricane Melissa, the government has begun the disbursement of financial assistance to Jamaicans whose homes were damaged or destroyed. Under the $10 million roofs program, payments for severe damage valued at up to $500,000 have officially commenced.
The government has also issued so far to 50 persons who have been assessed as having severe damage. So far, since we have started, which was just today, 50 persons have gotten their $500,000 grant to restore their roof.
Households with primarily senior citizens have also received their disbursement through direct deposit.
Already, the government has distributed 1,234 grants under the Roofs program. And they have done this by direct transfers, meaning it has gone from the bank account of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security into the bank accounts of the 1,234 beneficiaries.
And a further 20 Jamaicans received prepaid cards with their disbursements. Dr. Holness says with all payment modalities now activated, the government is fully prepared to disburse funds to help all types of damage. In the meantime, to prevent fraud, Dr. Holness has tasked the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency Moca to provide some oversight.
We have to check that if you got a grant, that you actually use it for the purpose you got the grant for. And that you're not defrauding the government. I want to sound the warning clearly that if you get the grant, the portion of the grant that is directed at your roof, fix your roof. Start your roof.
Jamaica. Wanna like up that live and share up that live for me, please. Let me see if I can get moms on the phone. Because I tell her say, I don't know yeah, man. I don't know, Rasta. Me need one second opinion. Maybe me a overreact. Maybe me a overreact. Hopefully she available. If not, I gotta move on. Look like she not available at all. Let me see if I can get this person. We have intimate knowledge about the case. The man have intimate knowledge about the case. Let me see if I can get him on the phone. Oh shit, call ended. Oh. Yes, I'm busy. Alright. So, let me ask Andrew some question. Andrew Holness, you want the people to make sure say them use the money for what them cinema go use the money for. And if them don't use the money for what cinema use it for, you consider it fraud because them lie. So if them take the money with them for fix the roof and fix the wall, that means them lie and them fraud you because them never use the money for what them supposed to use it for. If them fix the toilet, then fraud you. Right? Full context. That's all. Alright. How do you explain the Integrity Commission report where a certain loan that you received, Andrew, a certain loan that you received, when investigated according to the Integrity Commission, the collateral, there was three different things that you put up for that loan. 3 different things. And when it was discovered by the Integrity Commission, it is said that 2 of the things they didn't own until after you get the money for the loan. So, I want to ask, is that fraud? Who remember the loan I talk about, ladies and gentlemen? I think it's Barita. Or one of them. I know, but I don't want to call the wrong name. I don't want to call the wrong name. That's why I'm going to try to call Mr. Byron a while ago. Because, as a matter of fact, the Gleaner did an editorial on it. The Gleaner had done an editorial on it. It's months after. He basically used the same money according to the report. He used the same money to buy the property and the shares now on company. Remember, whole heap of shares now on company. So, how do you get a loan using collateral that you don't have, you don't own? And then you use the loan and buy the things them that you said you had on the loan and then use the rest of the money for whatever you use it for. Isn't that fraud, Andrew? Isn't that fraud? Somebody answer me where labor right then there. Hold on there. Google. Andrew Holness. Report. IC report on unsecured loan. Let me see if I can find one article. The Integrity Commission investigative report regarding Prime Minister Andrew Holness tabled September 2024 highlighted several financial irregularities, including concerns surrounding a $50 million unsecured loan by one of his companies, Imperium Investments, from Barita Investments. Here are the details. The loan, IC report noted that the Imperium Investment Company linked to Holness and his business partner obtained a $50 million unsecured loan from Barita. Recommendations for probe: due concerns about the funding and operations of the company associated with the Prime Minister. The IC recommended that the Financial Services Commission investigate this $50 million loan. Broader financial issues. The investigation highlights that the massive movement of the funds deposited and withdrawn exceeding hundreds of millions, blah, blah, blah. Unexplained growth, no criminal charges recommended, bank. Alright, so I want to focus on this loan right here, so. This unsecured loan. See me can find one article from the Gleaner. Gleaner article explaining see me can find that. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that. I know I read an article from the Gleaner that spoke directly about that situation, see? Let me see if we can obtain the details. Because trust me, this is incredible. Can't believe say Andrew tell the people them say them need to make sure say the $500,000 where them a get, right? Them a do it, them a use it for what it's supposed to use for. Hard the 75, whatever money them a get, right? All right. And you know, say I know this. This is our next one, you know. This is our next one. He revealed that the loan amounted in question is 24 was used to I this. Thank you, I'm find it. Let us read, ladies and gentlemen. Let us read. Mighty God, I need to start this article. See it here? See it here? I find it. I find it. Because them now gonna say Bolo spread misinformation, you know. Let us get the actual something right here.
The Integrity Commission has recommended that the Financial Services Commission
FSC.
Listen to this.
Investigate Burita Investments Limited's $50 million loan to a company owned by Prime Minister Andrew Holness, citing concerns about the firm's practices. The Commission, Jamaica's main anti-corruption body, flagged potential irregularities in the loan process, raising concerns about Burita's risk assessment and approval practices. Burita is a subsidiary of Cornerstone Financial Holdings Limited. The loan was granted to Imperium Investments on March 18, 2021, with 10 million shares in Daraman Trading Limited pledged as collateral, alongside a legal mortgage on a property reportedly owned by Imperium and an insurance policy.
Pause. Pause. I want you guys to write that down. The loan, right, that he got March 18, 2021, right? He used $10 million shares in Daraman Trading Limited as collateral, alongside a legal mortgage on a property reportedly owned by Imperium and the insurance policy. Ladies and gentlemen, those are three things. Three things was used to get the $50 million loan as collateral. Follow me now. Continue.
Policy. However, Director of Investigations, Kevin Stevenson, revealed that when the loan was issued, Imperium did not own the Daraman shares, which cost approximately $25 million.
So, the $10 million shares in Daraman Trading Limited, that was used as collateral to get the $50 million loan. Andrew Holness, it says here, according to Kevin Stevens, that Imperium did not own the shares. How in a God's green earth, them use the collateral for the shares and don't own it? It gets worse. It gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue. This is the man that is telling people that, listen, no fraud around here, no. No fraud around here.
$25 million. He revealed that of the loan amount in question, $24,999,998 and 40 cents was used to purchase the Daraman shares, and the remaining $24,781,982.79 was later transferred on November 10, 2021, to an NCB account belonging to Imperium.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the loan was given March 18, 2021. The Daraman shares, according to the report, was bought by the $50 million loan. Jesus have mercy, Father God. Andrew want to say people have enough of fraud. $25 million almost. 25 million, you know, for the Daraman shares, you know, was bought November 10th, 2021, and the remaining amount of money from the $50 million loan was sent to a NCB account that is owned by Imperium, the company where Andrew owned. In a Jesus name, Father God, come down and take a case. This is the same man. What said this? Where am there? Where am there? This is the same man who said this.
Prepare to disburse funds to help all types of damage. In the meantime, to prevent fraud, Dr. Holness has tasked the major organized government is fully prepared to disburse funds to help all types of damage. In the meantime, to prevent fraud, Dr. Holness has helped all types of damage. In the meantime, to prevent fraud, Dr. Holness has helped all types of damage. In the meantime, to prevent fraud, Dr. Holness has tasked the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency Moca to provide some oversight.
We have to check that if you got a grant, that you actually use it for the purpose you got the grant for.
Jamaica, I'm done, you know? I'm done. Down is up and up is down. I am done. I am done. I am done. How do you get a loan from Barita Investment by putting up collateral that you don't own and then buy the collateral with the money where you get to borrow? Bro, in what world does this happen, bro? In what world does this happen? And this is the IC report, you know. Not my word. That's why I make sure I go look for it, you know. Not my word. Nobody can come and say, oh, Bolo spread misinformation and disinformation. No, 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 Lucy. No, no, no. Not that nonsense. Yes. Dana Morris Dixon. Hey, me ready for no. Me ready for no, man. Ready for no. Ready for no. Ready for no. Because this don't make no sense. What is this, man? Right? This don't make no sense. How is it Andrew Holness is talking about fraud and calling Moca to check on people? Make sure, sir, you fix the roof with the money. Don't buy a lot with the money and win hundreds of millions of dollars. Make sure, sir, I roof you fix. And we will be looking into it. Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness. But that thing gonna hear me now. Guys. Imperium put up collateral of $10 million shares in Derryman Trading Limited, which they did not own. Them get the loan March 18, 2021. Them buy the $10 million shares out of the $50 million loan November. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 8 months after. 8 months after, ladies and gentlemen. 8 months after, according to the Auditor General report. So wanna tell me, say, this a man here can talk to people about fraud. How did we allow this man to even run in the election? Jamaica, you don't want change? I don't want the corruption to continue and just until you reach one place when you realize it, when you make a terrible decision. This is unbelievable, bro. Furthermore, to add insult to injury, this is the man that in his affidavit, hold on there, Dean Jackson Miller. Andrew Holness affidavit. Dean Jackson Miller. Da da dee, da da da. Na 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 na.
Hi, so in today's video, we're going to continue to go through court documents filed by Prime Minister Andrew Holness in his application to the court to apply for leave to apply for judicial review of actions and decisions of the Integrity Commission. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Dion Jackson Miller. Stay tuned. So in my previous two videos, I went through the affidavit filed by Mr. Holness in which he sets out his version of what happened. All right. Today I'm going to take you through the notice of application for court orders. These are the different things he's asking the court to do if he is successful and gets permission to apply for judicial review. So let's get into it. So he is asking for leave to apply for judicial review of a number of things. The failure and or refusal of the Director of Information and Complaints to act impartially, fairly, and independently to carry out his duty to examine the 2022 and 2023 statutory declarations of Mr. Holness. So if you remember, initially what happened was that Mr. Holness filed his 2021 declaration. That was referred for investigation. And then the Director of Investigation started to look beyond 2021. As a result, the Director of Information and Complaints who's due to declaration. So Mr. Holness is now asking for a review of the Director of 2023 statutory declaration, the Director of Information and Complaints and or the Integrity Commission to certify his 2021 and 2020 failure and or refusal of the Director of Information and Complaints and or the Integrity Commission to certify his 2021 and 2022 declarations and or to provide reasons for being unable to certify them, having regard to all the circumstances of the case, including that there is no statement of reasonable suspicion of corruption or an offense under the Integrity Commission Act. In addition, he says they made no recommendation or reference to the Director of Corruption Prosecution on the remaining matters in the report. In other words, a reference to the Director of Corruption Prosecutions was only in relation to the 4 bank accounts that had been left off the statutory declaration. Mr. Holness is saying none of the other issues that were being investigated were sent to her for a ruling. He wants a review of their failure to observe the statutory scheme of the Integrity Commission Act in relation to their respective functions. Also of the decision of the Director of Investigation and the Integrity Commission to send the report to Parliament. Also, their decision to recommend that the 3 companies associated with Mr. Holness be referred to Tax Administration Jamaica and the Financial Investigations Division. Also, the decision to continue or keep the investigation for illicit enrichment open in relation to Mr. Holness's 2021 declaration, notwithstanding findings or conclusions that for the year 2021 there was negative net growth of 10.4 million or that there is no unexplained growth. Also, he wants a review of the decision to keep the investigation open in relation to his 2022 declaration, notwithstanding findings or conclusions that for that year there was negative net growth of 5.3 million or otherwise no unexplained growth. He also wants a review of the Director of Investigation's finding that Mr. Holness's lawful objection is a refusal to provide information which inhibited the Director's ability to make a comprehensive and final assessment of Mr. Holness's assets, liabilities, and income. He wants a review of their failure to disclose the basis for the investigation apart from Section 14.5. Now, the document says of the Integrity Commission Act. That's an error. There is no 14.5 in the Integrity Commission Act. They mean the Corruption Prevention Act, where 14.5 is a section that deals with illicit enrichment. He wants...
Want to hear that? Let me go back.
Apart from Section 14.5. Now, the document says of the Integrity Commission Act. That's an error. There is no 14.5 in the Integrity Commission Act. They mean the Corruption Prevention Act, where 14.5 is a section that deals with illicit enrichment. He wants review of their decision to proceed with the investigation on a basis other than Section 14.5. He wants review of what he calls the impermissible commingling of the relationship and or functions of and amongst the divisions of the Commission and the Commission, resulting in a conflict of interest and or abdication of duty on the part of the directors and the commission. Let me just say this. So I'm reading from the court documents, obviously. Just remember, though, that what I'm reading is what Mr. Holness is claiming. We still have to see what the Integrity Commission is going to say, and then, of course, what the court will decide at the end of it. So just to give an example, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So when I say, for instance, that he wants review of the respondent's failure to observe the procedure laid down in the Integrity Commission Act for examining, initiating an investigation, and or certifying his statutory declarations, that is what he is claiming. The Integrity Commission is going to respond to see whether or not they agree or disagree with that claim, and then the judge will make a determination at some point. All right, so just want to be clear on that. He wants a review. He wants a review of what he calls a refusal and or delay to examine his 2022 and 2023 declarations and or to certify his 2021 declaration, and he's calling it an arbitrary, unreasonable, irrational exercise of their duties. He wants a review of the Integrity Commission for what he calls failing to observe the provisions of the Integrity Commission Act in relation to the procedure for treating with or directing an investigation into the 2021 declaration. He wants a review into the Director of Investigation's failure to observe the statutory scheme of the Act, which includes Section 54(2) that required the termination of the investigation and to issue a report of its findings to the Commissioner through the Executive Director. He wants a review of the Director of Investigations and the Integrity Commission's failure to recommend and or issue a public exoneration of culpability when the first investigation into his 2021 declaration ended, as he's saying is required by Section 54(5). And he said they improperly included its details in the report that was sent to Parliament so that the benefit of exculpation is lost. Meaning he wasn't able to benefit from any material that was favorable to him. He wants a review into the Director of Investigation and the Integrity Commission's failure to recommend and or issue a public exoneration of culpability, having not formed any reasonable suspicion of corruption or offense under the Integrity Act. He wants a review of what he calls the misuse of private information of him and the companies by disclosing their private information in a manner that he says is prejudicial to their rights and interests. He wants a review of what he calls their failure and or refusal at notification that there was an investigation pursuant to the Section 14(5) dealing with illicit enrichment, and to communicate to Mr. Holness the wealth element of an illicit enrichment investigation. All right, some of these are very similar, so I'm not going to go through all of them. All right, I'll just show you the page so you can see how many there are. He wants a review of what he calls the Integrity Commission's misuse of the Integrity Commission Act to table a special report in Parliament and to make improper and unlawful recommendations to Parliament and or the Financial Investigations Division and the Tax Administration Department. He wants a review of the referral to Parliament for tabling of the matters in the report, except for the matters relating to the 4 accounts, because that was the matter in which the Direction of Corruption Prosecution said there should be no charges. He wants a review of what he calls their unlawful and unfair expansion of the investigation from his 2021 declaration to include the 2019, 2020, 2022 and 2023 declarations and subsequently submission for tabling in Parliament. He wants a review of the findings, conclusions, decisions and or recommendations made in relation to himself and the 3 companies by the Director of Investigation contained in the investigation report. He wants a review of the findings and or conclusion that there's a potential conflict of interest between him and Norman Brown. He wants a review of what he calls their acts and or decisions to consider irrelevant facts.
Norman Brown, I'm my friend and business partner, you know? And him don't see a conflict of interest in that. With him being in the office of the Prime Minister and spearheading. And guess what they're in business doing? Real estate. And guess which 2 agencies the man are run? We have to deal with contract awarding for building contracts. Clear corruption. Clear corruption.
And or to refuse to consider relevant facts in carrying out their investigation, preparing, considering and submitting the reports for tabling. And he wants a review of what he calls their usurping of the functions of the court in lifting the corporate veil and in the approach and procedure adopted, the analysis, recommendations and conclusions in relation to the offense of illicit enrichment. And he's talking here about the fact that the Director of Investigation said that because Mr. Holness's affairs, as well as the affairs of the company Imperium, which is wholly owned by him, were so intertwined that he had to consider them both together. Mr. Holness wants a review of that decision. So this is what he wants. He wants what is called an order of certiorari, quashing the report and the findings and recommendations of the Director of Investigation and or the Integrity Commission. I'm not going to go through all of these because they're very similar. What he's asking is an order to quash the report and the findings and recommendations of the report on various bases. All right? So I'm going to go down now. He also wants what is called an order of mandamus. This is an order that says from the court that says you have to do something. So he wants an order compelling the Director of Information and Complaints to examine his 2022 and 2023 statutory declaration. He wants an order compelling the Director of Investigation to recommend to the Integrity Commission that he should be exonerated of culpability in relation to the 2021 and 2022 declarations. He wants a declaration that the submission of the reports to Parliament, except for matters relating to the 4 accounts, was unlawful and or illegal.
So Andrew, they don't want the court to demand the Integrity Commission to certify those years that they are investigating. He doesn't want them to investigate it. I wonder why.
Wants a declaration that, having regard to the fact that there was no statement or no statement of reasonable suspicion of corruption in relation to the matters referred to Parliament in the report and the special report, and there being no reference to the Director of Corruption.
What's up, Unique? How you doing? Are you gone already? Don't tell me say you come in the chat and don't say hi, you know. Don't tell me say you come in the chat and say hi.
Corruption prosecution, he wants a declaration that in those circumstances the Integrity Commission was wrong to send the reports to Parliament for tabling. Now the next few points I'm going to read, this is what I was referring to in the first video when I said I was startled at some of what was being requested. What we have here is a Prime Minister, the head of government and legislator, asking for the dismantling, essentially, of a significant part of the legislative, the laws that are put in place to try to prevent corruption in the public sector. So let me tell you what I mean. He's asking for a declaration striking down the provisions of the Integrity Commission Act, given what he calls a lack of fairness, impartiality, and independence in the exercise of the functions of the divisions and the commission as presently structured. So he's saying here that he believes that the commission isn't acting with fairness, impartiality, and independence, and as a result, he wants a law struck down.
Thank you.
He's also asking for a declaration that Section 14.5 of the Corruption Prevention Act is
so, ladies and gentlemen,
unconstitutional. That is a section that deals with illicit enrichment.
Andrew Holness affidavit was geared towards removing illicit enrichment from the Integrity Commission Act. And this is the same man that is saying, yo, you see money when we're going to fix on the house, make sure someone not fraud, we know. So how he want all the people when he get grant accountable? But him no want to remove the Integrity Commission illicit enrichment part of the act. Like what? Yo, favored by God. What is going on, guys? What is happening? Let me play that back again. Let's see how long me there wait. And I make you explain and I explain just to get to this part. What she explained this.
In the exercise of what I mean. He's asking for a declaration striking down the provisions of the Integrity Commission Act, given what he calls a lack of fairness, impartiality, and independence in the exercise of the functions of the divisions and the commission as presently structured. So he's saying here that he believes that the commission isn't acting with fairness, impartiality, and independence, and as a result, he wants a law struck down. He's also asking for a declaration that Section 14.5 of the Corruption Prevention Act is unconstitutional. That is a section that deals with illicit enrichment in relation to public servants, to call them to account or to create a criminal offense, perhaps I should say, if they have assets that are disproportionate to their lawful earnings. In other words, if they have a bag of things and their salary or their other earnings can't justify the expense of what it is they owe.
Andrew Holness does not want to be accountable. Andrew Holness does not want to have to explain to you how he makes his money or if he made it legally or illegally. We have a prime minister like this. We want to vote back for. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And this is the same man that, this is the same man that said this. This is the same man that said this.
In the meantime, to prevent fraud, Dr. Holness has tasked the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency Moca to provide some oversight.
We have to check that if you got a grant, that you actually use it for the purpose you got the grant for.
Yeah.
And that you're not defrauding the government. I want to sound the warning clearly that if you get the grant,
water for me, mommy.
the portion of the grant that is directed at your roof, fix your roof, start your roof.
Explain your wealth. Make sure so you're not a thief. And I'll be with Prime Minister. Go and explain the wealth so you can certify. Telling people about they must fix them roof with the money. And don't fraud the government. Huh? Can you believe this man? Me say me can't, hey. Something, alright?
And they can't give a satisfactory explanation as to how it is they have those assets. The Prime Minister wants that section of the Corruption Prevention Act struck down. He says it breaches the presumption of innocence. He says it imposes a reverse burden, a reverse onus. What that means is that as part of the process of proving the offense of illicit enrichment is that you, the person suspected of illicit enrichment, have to provide a satisfactory explanation as to how you have the assets.
My sister, I am live. My sister, I am live. Me dey on the live. What happened? Hold on. No, man, I didn't want to talk to you on the live. Where you say, mommy? Hold on the Anissa. Where you say? I'll be nice today now. Okay, you know, say, me there, I look over this thing where Andrew say. He must say what? He want the people to use the money for don't defraud the government.
Yeah.
So you know, say me go back in the IC report and the affidavit.
Yeah.
Not this. No, me there all the article me go for. You remember the Barita loan?
Yes, the 50 million.
March 18, 2021. The man get the money. November 2020, November something, November 10th, 2021. The man buy the asset, the $10 million shares. The same $10 million shares in the company where him say, where Imperium said them have, you know.
Yeah.
Where him put up as collateral, you know.
Yeah.
No, this Jamaica is not a real place. And then me go back to the affidavit now and I play Dean Jackson Miller, where the man literally wanted to strike down the part of the Integrity Commission Act that have him needing to explain his wealth, but him want people to make sure so they not fraud the government or some little grant. Hey, this a man unbelievable, Annie Isabel Rose. This a man a normal.
Make sure so they not defraud the government.
Eh?
The man has set up Moca. A strain resources.
Yo,
The man a one diabolical.
yo, the man is danger. Yo, it's like the man. Sorry, say him have to give people them the money.
The man stuck. Look at and every one of them a get nothing. Make that clear.
Mighty God.
And every one of them a get damage. I get nothing. Make that clear.
Hey, if Andrew could have got some ups, you know, and say, all right, here we go on. What you need for the house? We are going to procure it through there so and make sure so them get the money. If he could have done that, he do it, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if physical money not going at people, and you know, I want the wickedest prime minister is ever seen. I'm like,
no,
yo.
Physical money not going at them, and it's like them, the money gone to maybe some hardware places and stuff wherever they would get.
So,
material, I guess the money gone to.
No, so why?
Physical cash, you know?
So why am I gonna say? Make sure so they use the money for that.
Then it may try to show you because he must say them can take the material and sell it and rare.
Oh! Okay.
I make you think him talk about voucher system.
Whoa! My God!
That's it. I'm terrible, brother.
You can't believe this.
Still him take a charity money. 32 pounds the US, the man said. And by that personal man. I put it up to the him. I never set both up himself.
Whoa. Whoa.
All in the name of charity.
Whoa.
Criminal, them man.
The man really have the audacity to talk about fraud.
Him have the audacity to talk about fraud and him still uncertified. Still uncertified. And them have said the IC never find nothing. Then I don't sneer, you don't so brother. I don't so well thinking team, them, the loan sum, them, the PD, TV, all of the social media areas, them. I never take them man, they are done, so that's the whole way. I see one way, I never see another way. Oh, they mean I see not find nothing. No, brother.
Hey.
I'm about to read out, see me lick them with some. I know I'm going to hear them about 47% increase when them get by like this, you know.
Everybody quiet.
Them silent, you know.
Everybody quiet.
Yeah.
You see a man will say, he might go bring the big energy plant them.
Fool them government. Government this.
What?
The people have to fool. Him lawyer them a right to FID for update. Like him send him case the FID.
And like I said, the FID can't communicate with him about that.
Yeah.
So why a lawyer would I even ask that? Them don't know the law.
Then that is the point to me that try to get catch when we touch on it in our video. Because me I say, how can this be? Oh, you see a right for investigative body, what state?
My God.
When you know under the law you're not supposed to carry it, then it's me and the investigation. They could have right to the investigative police, them and ask them to update them if somebody case. Yeah, me I tell you, say, Jamaica is really not a real place. Remember me tell you that. People them sit down too long, brother. Somebody have to go.
Me wonder if we stop the commentary on this, yeah, car. Yeah.
I'm only for time to sit down and me I wonder, but we need it, we still have to pressure them because that them want, you know. That them want.
Right? I'm going to do some video and tell the people them how to plant some pumpkin and if war start, some survival skills and this, yeah, man. Brother, I see all people them eyes still lock. Me not really. No.
And I told them man, I'm going to have a conversation about the same thing. I said, boy, look how to preach, how to show and tell the people how to preach. People come here and go through the things and I test it and look how to preach. And where the people have the people have still let them know.
You say Andrew make sure tell them from after Hurricane Moisa say listen, some promises we're not gonna fulfill. Exactly. Exactly.
Unsickening, brother.
Right?
Today, brother, on the road.
But me see a preacher they feel that now when they go to church and tell people themselves repent and they not repent. Virgin, me have a new appreciation for the men and women of God way. I beckon on behalf of the kingdom. Now me understand how they feel when me there so. Because somebody come from my life and talk about in regards to the whole using of the NHT. Say PMP use the NHT. I say, brother, my brother named George Allen on TikTok. I say, hombre, did you look up the reason why Mama P did have to use the NHT fund?
Yeah.
Did you look it up?
Them not read nothing being here to them said. Once she come a challenge the PNP set back the country in the 19th meltdown, set back the country 30 years. That is the argument with the man been talking of. So them not read and do not research to themselves. Whatever the man say or whatever one of the JLP, MP, them and the operatives them say and that they work with. Them not study, them not read, and nothing.
Wow.
And them look foolish and they want challenge the fact. So they have to tell the car and they have to look here, the meltdown actually started from in the 80s and that's here going on. And them banking friend, them and them business people, them not shut the the meltdown, you know. I don't ask the government to release the full report and stop doing the redacted report and piece of report. So the money PSC they can't demand that, you know. Them done. Them not asking for that.
What?
People them stick in.
I want quick Google search, and anything come up with Mama P, you know?
Yeah. Quick Google search. Not even that them here.
And the man said, at the same thing, the JLP are using for me. I say, what? We don't have the same problem them when they have them that time. The Mama P fixed that already.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? But these are the things they do.
They shouldn't do.
But we really appreciate the calling back, Mama. Respect.
Alright, bless you, brother.
Yeah, man, later. Alright, people. Why me don't know here, man? I don't know.
Or you could be guilty of the offense. So that's what's called a reverse burden. That is not just about the prosecution proving anything in this case. You have to prove something as well if you're to defend yourself. A reverse burden is not the norm, but it is not unusual either in certain types of legislation that are put in to fight different types of crime. Another time we can talk more about that. He also wants a section struck down saying it breaches his due process rights. He wants a declaration that the commission infringe his and the company's rights to fair procedures or natural justice and due process because of what he calls the impermissible intermingling of or lack of fairness, impartiality, and independence of the functions of the Director of Information and Complaints, the Director of Investigation, and the Integrity Commission. He wants a declaration that the Director of Investigation and the Integrity Commission acted ultra vires the law, meaning outside their powers, in referring the matter in relation to two of the companies for investigation to the Financial Investigation Division. He wants a declaration or order that by disclosing the contents or subject matter of its investigation, including private information of him and the companies, and by referring it to the Financial Investigation Division, that the Director of Investigation and the Commission breached his and the company's reasonable expectation of privacy as guaranteed by the Constitution. He wants a declaration that they were entitled to notice of the decision or to a hearing before the recommendation of the Director of Investigation was accepted, including whether to send the report to Parliament, to Tax Admin, or to the Financial Investigation Division. He wants a declaration that the Director of Investigation and the Integrity Commission acted in breach of natural justice and or the Constitution, since they were entitled, him and the companies, were entitled to a hearing before recommendations were made that were adverse to their rights and interests. He wants an order that the investigation by any competent authority should end, and or that it would be unfair to continue the investigation in all the circumstances of this case. So he's asking for any investigation that may now be underway, we don't know, by the Financial Investigation Division and or Tax Administration Division, or indeed any other law enforcement agency or investigation agency. He's asking for an order that those investigations come to an end. He's also asking for a declaration and or an order setting aside the investigation report and the special report on the basis that the Director of Investigation and the Integrity Commission usurp the functions of the court by unlawfully piercing the corporate veil. He wants a declaration that the process used by the Director of Investigation in conducting his investigation was unfair, unreasonable, and irrational. He wants a declaration that Mr. Holness's legitimate expectations that the Director of Investigation would have observed the principles of natural justice and procedural fairness in conducting the investigation. He's saying those principles were breached. He wants a declaration that the investigation findings, conclusions, and or recommendations made in relation to the applicants by the Director of Investigation in the investigation report, he's saying those findings, conclusions, and recommendations were made in breach of the principles of natural justice and procedural fairness. He's asking the court to make that declaration. Okay, so the document then goes through the grounds on which those orders are being sought, and I'm not going to go through those. It's basically background, saying, for instance, he is the Prime Minister, the various companies are limited liability companies, the directors are public servant, and so on. So I'm not public servants and so on. I'm not going to go through all of that. So what happens in the rest of the document is that
the St. Catherine South Police are keeping a close watch on Central Village and surrounding communities amid recent activities in the area. Details in this report. Members of the St. Catherine South Police, led by Senior Superintendent Leighton Gray, along with other stakeholders, engaging with residents of Big Lane in Central Village during a walkthrough on Thursday. The community, which was once labeled a crime hotspot, recorded major gains with reduction in murders and serious crimes. But in recent weeks, some incidents within the space have sparked the interest of the police.
We want Big Lane to remain a peaceful place. We want Big Lane to remain a peaceful place. It has been like that last year, into this year, and with these few incidents, when you see so many persons decide to leave their offices and come and meet with you this evening, don't take it for granted.
At least 2 shops were firebombed in separate incidents, and since then, residents have been living in fear. In response, the police have increased their presence in the area in a bid to restore some level of calm. Our news team sought comments from residents about the tension in the area, but they were tight-lipped.
It is not our responsibility to sit back and allow things to happen before we take a step to address it. And the partnership that has been forged with the police, it is our expectation that we will continue forging those partnerships.
Meanwhile, business owners in Central Village have been forced to meet delivery trucks at the entrance of the community due to heightened fear of criminals in the area. At a town hall meeting on Thursday, the police announced plans to roll out a pilot project which will allow trucks back into the community. And Head of Operations DSP Troyville Horton issued this warning.
When these trucks come back into the community, you tell them that nobody can interfere with any one of them. And if it happens, then we're going to deal with it most decisively. And you understand what that means. We will do what we have to do as the law permits, as the policies of the organization and the procedures allow. We will ensure that we are quick in our response.
Police them at work. Police them at work, people. I want to go back to UHWI. I'm hoping that the article actually comes up. Yeah, I'm hoping that the article comes up.
Very soon.
and in due season, we will be asking some questions. But for now, allow the court to run its course.
Good morning! Yes, head boy, good day. Yes.
Good day. I am totally in agreement with your statement that we should allow to run its course and in due time and in due season we will be asking some questions. But for now, allow the court to run its course. We don't know what behind certain decisions in terms of the court, and so we will just wait and see. Yeah?
So you believe that, and you are normally somebody who is pressing these issues, so why are you backing off today? There must be a reason for it.
No, the reason is simple. This is just only, the trial is not yet heard. So let's hear what happens to the final sentencing hearing, if there's when that happens, and then I will definitely be having something to say there.
All right.
But for now, I reserve all comments, and I say, God is God.
Yes.
God is the greatest.
God is the greatest.
God is the greatest. And in everything, God never leaves us without a witness, and He never leaves us without an answer. Though we suffer for now, our suffering is but for a little time, but for a little while.
All right. All right.
No,
wait, boy. I want somebody to call. Just give me take a call and you call back. Please. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Midday Connection.
Good afternoon, Andre.
Good afternoon, my
I want to say something about Mr. Joel and Silvera.
What you want to say?
Okay? I don't think Mr. Silvera is guilty. You understand?
You don't.
Since the start of the year, the Speaker of the House has not been in Parliament, and everything should be put on hold until she come back. And then when I'm looking now, they say Joel and Silvera are supposed to be charged with murder, not manslaughter. Is it that they're charging Mr. Silvera manslaughter to get the eyes off Mrs. Holness?
Repeat that.
Is it they're coming with a fake charge against Mr. Silvera saying manslaughter to cover for Mrs. Holness?
So why everybody? What can go so?
On the title.
You sure her name is on the title?
We will know. President Trump will find out for us very soon.
So where do you get this argument that Juliet Holness' name is on this title? Where you guys get this argument? It's a lot of people.
You cannot go down to the land and what's it name place to find out, but it's there.
National Land.
It's not everybody like Juliet, right? It's not everybody hate Joel and Silvera, but I'm telling you, quite a few people in Jamaica hate Juliet Holness.
Mighty God.
She and her man need to leave Jamaica people for a minute.
I don't know of these allegations, Jamaica.
But I'm calling on the British High Commission. I'm calling on the Charles, King Charles. Joel and Silvera was in the country serving your army. It's time for you to come out now and talk for him. He will tell you the truth. Nobody trusts the system of Jamaica. It's corrupt. How come the DPP never get all the information about Andrew Holness' case? Paul Buchanan and the other criminal cases, and they can't call up in the court? No. This is a front and nationwide. It has breaking news. I want to let nationwide know something this morning.
What is that?
You see the same nationwide put it up as breaking news. I saw the news.
Yes.
Breaking news and nationwide to that Joel and Silvera charged for manslaughter.
Yes.
His wife is dead. So why how manslaughter coming? She's dead. Huh?
Yes, so the manslaughter part.
Me?
The manslaughter
part not sitting right. Okay? Right.
All right. I hear you loud and clear.
take care.
You alright, caller? The manslaughter part not slitting right. This is what is for me. Hello, good afternoon. This is Midday Connections. Welcome, Shock Shaman, sir.
Yeah, Andre, good afternoon. Me, I say same thing with a lady say. I wonder if it's a distraction. But it's not, Andre, never tell her what's going to happen. Because let me tell you something.
Yeah,
if you feel like that,
remember, so the court still don't accept it yet, you know. The court
yeah,
reject it.
What you know, Andre? Then feel like God asleep. Me, I go give by now on Friday.
Yes.
And you are going to get all of everything we go on with that thing. People are going to call in when know. If they may usually call in to know that this man has got touch manslaughter and know say him not guilty. You see people know, Andre, them are going to call you.
Yes.
And all of everything, and you are going to get it. I mean, no, say me, I got to put a program to listen. All sorts of things we never did talk about, but we never did hear. I go surface. Yeah, so that me have to say. Just look out for it. Me say you are going to get all I calling. People are calling like, whoa.
All right. Me I go watch your feet. Me I go watch your feet.
Yeah, just believe me. What you do? Look where one somebody they do can't be secret. People are going to talk when time they say, when they say, it's a wickedness and it's a corruption.
What you say? When? My name the call? Huh?
Remember the corruption I had idea from January, you know. Everything that come to surface like submarine, you know. So everybody who know, I go just talk. All the people are calling, that their identity, and them are going to chat and say, what is yours?
So you say I must make my program this week. Welcome to.
Well, it's going to be talk, and we now go come off hours where you say hospital.
Yes.
Also after every little thing, what they learn and the same thing, then because them are use them to say, what are we get to the people, them man?
Why I can't tell you, Shock Shape. Even before everybody else see the news.
Listen, Andre, I am not sorry.
But Shock Shape, me get the news from early like this morning, you know. They say, Andre, this is what NNA going to do at XXX time, you know. And I say, backside when me there, don't have farm store, and I see the news address. I say, Courtney, now this the person said to me. And he must say, why teacher, why this a country really full up of corruption? Remember say, you know, before it break, you know, nationwide, have it out before the rest of news media, them, it never even discussed in a court yet, you know.
Remember saying the first nationwide do that, you know. And they first send to them same thing there, you know. They come out with things before court already, you know. Andre, best believe me. Me I say, me trust in a God. Me say people are going to call in. When you say I'll call the land,
No, I will speak on that. Nationwide getting that type of sensitive information before the court, even Jamaica is extremely corrupt. Yeah, man. Jamaica is extremely corrupt. So you see the agenda. That's why I'm not even talking about the case, you know. I one of the case them that predate me as well, you know. Just like when name my lady there, the young lady who used to go to prison, put used to go to prison one day with Andre when I celebrate. Yeah, man. Maitland. Me never talk about that case there. Because it predate me. It predate me coming on YouTube. It predate me coming live on TikTok and talking about these types of topics. So I never touch those cases. Carla, what's up? I never touched those cases. I was just watching and listening because I didn't understand the gravity of each of them. Now, listening to Talk Your Mind TV, At 5 Press, and others, I must say that I will say that this case is very suspicious. And the reason being is allegations surrounding Juliet Holness name coming up. That is very suspicious. if there's any truth to that, deeper investigation needs to be exercised. But just like the lady said, God not sleep. So if these people are actually involved in any way, shape, or form in these alleged nefarious activities, trust me, God is going to expose them. God is going to expose them. It's not going to be normal. Active fire we are deal with. God is going to expose them, ladies and gentlemen. Like up the life, you know. Just touch the look thumbs up symbol on YouTube, right up there, so somewhere up there, so. There's a thumbs up symbol. Just touch it and then you'll see on the middle of your screen, you can hit the like button and share the live. Share the live. Alright?
Phone where they use and when they call back the number on the phone, nobody know what answer because me did overwhelm on someone when we know some attack, you know.
Yeah,
if they can't get access to it, then they can go which part the big decision company, the which part they can know why last man they call the phone. All I number them when they call the phone. They feel like that they can't process. It can't process.
So all that the phone they with belly said it have.
Yes, I talk about Andre. Where they know hand.
Colleen, I don't know nothing about that. If that was the case, that would be mainstream news. I don't know anything about that. Don't know anything about that, yeah?
Right back again, you say pick it and me pick me phone. Everything will come out, Andre.
Everything.
That real long time. And we best know so we believe in him. This now gonna slide with so because at that they want pin. Then Andre, when me say you see, like how him a murderer and what have you. Then why Chuck know since they have a one way upon that side. Why not really to take offenders registry now? Since as him know say that side of come, let it gonna make everybody sit there now, no? You can't do it. Because majority over there so worse and want them over here so. It needs to let it go. Since as the people them
listen, me nah do a tit for that, you know. Team Opal what's up? Me nah do a tit for that. If you're wrong and you do nothing illegal, you're just wrong. Whether you're JLP and PMP. The party itself can't control you doing anything illegal. That would be stupid to even think. You can't blame it upon the whole group. However, if you are doing things illegal and the party knows you're doing things illegal and then back your same way, that now you can put a label upon the party. You understand what I say? That's why I say Andrew not really deal with integrity because many different persons on Feme side were actually running their last election. Should not have been a part of his team. Andrew Wheatley, Bobby Montague. You feel me I deal with? That Marissa Dalrymple. Them three they for sure should not. I mean from in a flight green supposed to gone from in a pandemic. Shower labor right, no movement there. Him break the rules them. Was not charged, suspended, and then them flip it and bring him back. You understand what I say? In a position now where him in a position where him there. Yeah, Andrew does not even know what integrity means. In terms of his own character. Like he doesn't embody any level of integrity. I'm sorry. Like a zilch. Not even zilch. You understand one new word you have to make up to it's not. It's absolutely not.
It has been clean.
Shame. All me want them tell me. Where was Joel and Sylvia the day or the night when the wife was said to be murdered? Was he in the house? Or is there proof that he was somewhere else? And if there is proof that he was somewhere else, do they have the evidence to prove that he was at that place at that hour and that time? How did his gun end up at that place? Remember they said, you know me, shut up my mouth because they...
Whole heap of questions surrounding that.
Yeah,
Laura, what's up?
You not feel like the fingerprint supposed to depend them 2 gunshots when they find in a woman private part. Fingerprint supposed to depend them there, you know.
Like, this case is, bro, a lot of things in Jamaica, may I leave it up to God. You just want to see some things happen to some people, and it gruesome. I want to go, oh my God. Listen, trust me. If you knew the leisure that is dripping with blood on their hands, you wouldn't be in the same taxi with them. You wouldn't even, listen, you wouldn't be even in the same space. Me no want a certain politician near me, you know. Me no want when lightning bolt a strike, you know. It grazes me, you know. Me can't tell you that, you know. Me no want a certain politician near me. Me no want I see. If them they are east, me go west. Then they are north, me go south. If them they in the ocean, me find a mountain. You hear what me say? If them they are sea, me not go see that day. If me, hey, may I tell you how I'm serious? I don't think I joke, me. If me, I travel in a one plane, any plane, and certain politician they on the same flight, me I come off. Me I change my flight. Me take the money last time, coming off. Me not going. If certain politician they on the same plane with me, me not going. That me I tell you no. Me nah go. My own mind I go tell me if I come off of this plane. Yeah. If I want boat, me nah go pan it. Worse, me nah go pan it. You know me guys see? If I want a cruise ship with certain politicians, you're mad. You're mad, man.
Like shame. We are just wait now. Them ask me, they ask me if it cool off, you know, but my mouth I jump to start ask questions. And
Mr. Andre, it is a dirty job. It's a dirty job, but somebody have to do it.
And I go and see this, the amount of labor right to message my phone from 11 o'clock to about, oh, a time, you know, for take on the Julian Chung, this and that and reality. They are adamant, vehemently adamant to paint the PNP as a party of misogynists. We will not buy into the argument, Jamaica. The People's National Party, we are not misogynists. We love women, we respect women.
Of course.
We adore women, and that is why we believe in due process. Let the court do what it must.
Listen. Remember say God's cool because he love you, you know. You understand? People misunderstand love and mix up love with spoiling. When you spoil somebody, they become rotten. They become no good. So, when you hear them say, man will call out to man, when not do the right thing, is love them. You want them to actually do better because they are better. Equally, if a woman, like your mother, your father, a woman call out, well, not publicly, but you know what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship and a woman, in a one-on-one, say, it come to a point where she's saying, no, this, honey, you are wrong. I expect better of you. You are a man of integrity. This is not you. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And she stand on her ground. She do it in her love. What's up, Rosalie? One TMF say, only the only Almighty can save us from this evil principality and powers. Of course. I'm not joking. You hear me? I tell you, Joy Barnes, how you doing, my baby? It's true. So, in love, God scolds us. In love, God give, you know, here, you know, don't spare the rod and spoil the child. Do not spare the rod and spoil the child. So, when you hear us, as a matter of fact, I don't remember me going at any woman in the PNP, you know, man. I don't remember that. Damian Crawford got a warning. I didn't even speak at Lisa. Andre spoke on that. He knows what he knows. I'm just observing and watching her now at this point. I have Lisa on my radar. I'm watching her very carefully. I'm watching her in this space very carefully. You understand? And I'm the type, yo, I just leave that, lock that in the back of my head, and from now, she dey on probation. Me I watch her. And it's not that I disbelieve Andre. No, I don't. I don't disbelieve Andre. But I'm going to give Lisa Hannah slight benefit of the doubt to prove me wrong. And prove Andre wrong. Yeah, man. I'm going to give her the slight benefit of the doubt. Because I will be honest with you guys, I don't understand Lisa Hannah leaving politics. So if she should ever re-enter politics, and depending on how she re-enters, we're going to know. Because you see, you cannot hide, you know, your true intentions from well-thinking, critical thinking people. We're going to pick it up. Even if, like me, I don't stress myself over it. I just watch and I observe and I allow you to prove yourself. I am very patient. I am very patient. Very patient. You see, space and time? Oh gosh, man. Space and time. Space and time, Jamaica. Space and time. Your true person always comes out. Even in your personal relationships. Space and time. True individual will show themselves. If that girl or man, whoever, you know, you're in a relationship, if they truly don't mean you well, saying I love you and loving you is two different things. Saying I got your back and actually having your back is two different things. Saying I'm loyal but actually being loyal is two different things. You have to know the difference. You have to open up your cranium and look and say, oh, Zine, boom. Them show me this. Them show me that. Right? And like I said, me personally, I have had amazing experiences with women. True. Amazing. I have been blessed. I have been blessed to know first my mother and, you know, then meeting other females, other women along the way. And I have to tell you, there are some really wonderful women out here in this world. So when you hear me talk, it's because I know a good woman, and then me see the other one and I say, oh my God, Lord have mercy. This is what we're doing? No. We have to do better because I know a good woman. You understand? We have to do better.
That's it. You remember, I'm going to say this too. Me did do enough in a Donnelly case, so me never need to come over here at daytime and talk and say to the judge. I lie. Same way, Jamaica. I will make sure if I see this case going away that it's not supposed to go, I will use me one little studio here, so, and I will bawl out, I will cry out, I will make justice happen for the defenseless Jamaica, because we must stand up on the principles of justice, highlight the criminality in this country, show them, Jamaica, that this is this, and that is that. We want to know. We must know. We must know the true murder, and we must expose the true murderer. We must expose the plot of the enemy, Jamaica, because enough is enough.
Yes,
sorry. Later, my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That's why I keep she breaks chain, you know. And them only pass something, and them only me say Ed boy, my mouth a jump for talk, you know. You know me have the question them for ask, you know, Ed boy.
I'm begging you, hold it.
Hold it, Andre, hold it, bro. Yo, you Ed boy for Andre show. Yo, I said, hold it. Hold it, Andre. Hold it, my boss. Hold it. No, that one is very, very sensitive and critical. I think this one needs some observation. This case needs some observation. You understand? It really does, because something just don't feel right. I don't know. You know, when you have that instinct like, no, the details of the story, no. And if you're an investigator, you're supposed to have that innate ability to sense something is off based off the little that you have in front of you. You know, you can pick up and follow leads and, you know, look into certain things and like, you know what I mean? Let's explore this. Maybe there's something there. Hey, the man them a try tear down Will Rattigan. Will Rattigan is such a threat. People pray for Will Rattigan, you know? Pray for Will Rattigan. Will Rattigan is such a threat that this government don't want him to have nothing to do with the diaspora council. Will Rattigan is such a threat to their power ecosystem because he's an investigator, extraordinaire, a lawyer, a man of integrity, a man that knows how to probe him of a team, very intelligent, educated, fair in his analysis. Yeah, man. Listen, you see, even if you miss Rattigan show on Saturday, you have to watch it over throughout the week. Yeah, at the night time, at best time, if you didn't miss it, telling you, listen to Mr. Will Rattigan. I was listening to the Rasta Bridge in the company. And if you might listen, and anybody know him, sir, start calling name them. Start calling name my politician them who own beachfront and I lock off a beachfront them from the people. Start calling name them. I don't business which side end upon. Start calling name them. Start calling name them. Me I beg you no. Me I beg you, sir. We have fight for the beachfront them, the Rasta Bridge. Start calling name them. Yeah, man. Come with the proof, man. Come with the documentation. Me tired of all of the corrupt people in my Jamaica. From the top. I don't business which side end upon. I am tired. Jamaica, I'm not tired. And that goes back to this life. Jamaica, what do you want? What do you want? I have learned a lot from Mr. Will Rattigan. A lot. The first person me hear talk about the Hansard is Mr. Will Rattigan. I never knew that there was something called a Hansard. The next person that I heard in Parliament say it, I believe was Isaac Buchanan. Maybe somebody else before him. But Will Rattigan was definitely the first. But I never know you could go and get access to the Hansard for certain things. Like when them have debates for legislation. You know, I'm going to get my hands pan. And I'm going to ask Mr. Will Rattigan. I can't get his number. I'm going to ask him, sir, I know you're busy. I need the Hansard for the IC, the Integrity Commission Act. We're debating it. How do I find the Hansard? Because I'm telling you, I'm going to be calling out some hella hypocrisies. You get me? Through that document. Because he said, Mr. Will Rattigan said, that the government of the day, some of them in there, they saw the actual gaps in the IC report and the weaknesses. The IC, the Integrity Commission Act. And they did not change them. They did not amend them, ladies and gentlemen. So my question is, why is it that you would see a weakness in the legislation that is there, the act that is there to actually fight corruption and bring down corrupt people? Wouldn't you want to strengthen it to make sure that it's ironclad and you know anything, and no act not gonna be perfect right off of the bat, but those gaps that you saw that was clear, straighten them, no man. Why wouldn't you want to straighten them? Because you want a loophole, just in case you get catch. Guys, you see why it's important to have legislators that have integrity? You see why it's important to have politicians that we vote in to have integrity, and once that integrity appears to have vanished, you see why it's important that we must have some type of law to have them removed, because we're serious. That is a country that is serious about its country moving forward. You have to hold the person out there. With great power comes great responsibility. Right? We said the hard trust train me. Baby, train her for.
Question, Doc, and it's my only question. Seeing that we're now in a period of transparency and holding people accountable, we're saying.
Yes.
I have a question for former attorney. Yes? The man from Barbican.
Yes.
Can we now bring forward that case in Barbican to say, because remember a man died in Barbican in a house, was unalive in a house in Barbican, you know. And to this day, he was unalive in the presence of a sitting member of Parliament. And nobody in Jamaica is saying anything about it. Ask the current DPP, where is that file on the incident that occurred at the house in Barbican? Is that file on file 13?
That is the Prime Minister's attorney, Patrick.
Yes.
Yeah. Bring him again.
And also Patrick Stephen Bailey.
Yes, man.
Bailey, yeah.
We must bring back that case with you. We must bring back that case.
If we're going to have transparency, if we're going to deal with issues that like we're now dealing with them, we want to know what happened at Barbican. We want to know which sitting MP was present and what was his role. We want to know where was the gun. Was the gun that honored the gentleman? Was that gun a gun that was featured in shootings in Newlands?
Wow. Wow.
So, seeing that we're in this era, let us know Delroy Chuck, who has suppressed this case so skillfully and masterfully, will you now come to the public as a true Minister of Justice? Because Ministers of Justice are supposed to be unbiased, you know.
True.
They're supposed to be unbiased. They don't do nothing but Lady Justice.
Yes.
Because there's a veil over our eyes that allows us to be blinded by the the individual.
See Lady Justice there. See Lady Justice there. See Lady Justice there. Lady Justice will stand in this case, Jamaica.
Let me tell you something. The truth shall set us free. And I have every ounce of faith in the Almighty God.
Yes.
He who has begun a very good work will complete it
Yes.
to the very end. Watch and see. We're opening our eyes. But there's much more we could say, and I know you could say it to teacher.
You know, I have about 30 questions to ask the prosecutor. Me have about 30, Jimmy.
Hey, General.
You think I have been sitting on the case now?
Yes, sir.
I have been writing down. I think that's why I really need to go to law
Yeah,
school
man,
now, because too much things are going in this country. Me at 35. If me do law,
I am with you.
If me do law now, me would have start law at 40.
You gonna do
the
what?
law 120, 25 years of practice. 65 me retire
Oh,
from
good.
Wonderful. No, I think I need to go to the law.
I have personally messaged you and tell you need to your underpaid. You can do anything that you wish. You are an extremely bright young man. You're an extremely intelligent young man. And let me tell you something. You would have been a damn better lawyer than the Kwashi Lodgeman who sent you the letter.
Oh, you mean the petty fogger? The petty fogger!
Me say my name call and I feel say something about that saying. Hold on, let me go back. Let me go back. Me say my name call. Something about that.
Call beer, Jamaica! Call beer! Take me warning! Take me warning, Jamaica! We're transactional whores. When we're them a woman, there is more to it than you can even imagine.
Hi, Simone.
And then there are some who are suffering from the
you.
illusion of grandeur. The three harlots in the JLP who were once PNP said them are the woman king. Yeah, I saw them a position themselves. Say them a woman king in Jamaica. Karen Cross and the Cavalier. Say them a woman king. What can go so?
Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
When I thought of the woman king, I thought of people who fought for justice, not people who were transactional whores. When I thought of the woman king, I thought of persons who are defenders of truth and justice, not persons who sully people's reputation. Remember how Karen Cross led them reputational damage to say, oh, Mark Golding impregnated his wife when she was young and his wife was a house with him. All of these people have done serious damage.
Nasty.
When Karen Cross led the assassination of
Nasty.
Dayton Campbell, and she says she's a woman. And Dayton Campbell, and she says she's a woman king.
Nasty.
I have not seen where none of these women have stood up for the principles of justice. It has always been that they're Delilahs. So they are not women king Jamaica. You know what they are? The political prostitutes of Jamaica. They go to the highest bidder. They go to the highest bidder, Jamaica.
Jezebel spirit.
They go to the highest bidder.
Wow.
So I want them to tell us, Jamaica, where and them are women king. They are political whores and prostitutes.
Mighty God.
That's who they are. You know, see, none of them can come counter what I say all now. Them talking about they are the great reckoning that destroy the PNP.
Good morning. I am still here. Good morning.
Tell the Jezebel.
Tell the Jezebel. Good morning.
Delilah, you set up people to come kill me overnight. Delilah, good morning. Delilah, you get paid to kill me, but good morning.
Yes.
Come on, prophet.
Yes. Remember good no man? Good morning. Some people I wish to see you dead. Yeah, let's us wake up and say good morning. What a sermon from Mark Stewart. Good morning. Mighty God. Huh? Remember that. Political prostitutes, ladies and gentlemen. Political prostitutes. It's rough. And I don't know, what is this destroy PMP? How do you destroy PMP but PMP win 14 seats? Wow, that was some destruction. Now, if they had lost 4 or 10 or 5 more seats and have less than 10 seats in the House, well, ladies and gentlemen, them could have an argument. But how do you destroy the PMP when they gained in our Antifa election? That they were disadvantaged. One thief in election process that they was disadvantaged and we still couldn't stop them from doubling the amount of seats that them get. Oh, the PMP is very powerful. The PMP is very powerful at this point. Ain't no doubt about it, baby. Mommy, mother, I want you to help me out and lend me a phone. I want you to help me out and lend me a phone. I'll come for that computer and use this. I just want to read one article. I want to read one article. I mean, it not open up on the computer, but I know it probably open up on the phone. This is very important. This is about the UHWI. We are going to talk about what his name, Christopher Tufton now, ladies and gentlemen. Use this. Use that. And you know, say Depani, I listened to a while ago, I see him something there I listen to. Midday Connection. Yeah man, it's serious man. It's serious. When you see them run out and I talk about oh wait a minute, what is? Oh God. Look on the young lady where the bread are burn up. Look here. Look here. Oh God, don't you see that? Look at this. Look at this. No man. No man. Only 12 years you get. Go there. Aja. Aja. Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. You see some of them politicians, huh? You see some of them politicians, huh? You see how them have these pictures and I post them on the media with this man, yeah? You see some of them politicians, yeah? Trust me. Trust me. Some of them JLP politicians, yeah? Look at that. You see? See how them have him? Him guilty, you know. But you see same energy media. I'm not come for CVM. I'm not come for no. That's about all I media them. You see same energy? When them man in the JLP start get extradited and you see people handcuff them and something there, make sure so you have them picture there open up. Yeah man, make sure so you ready with the camera. Oh, what a day it will be when the criminal them get locked up. Oh, what a day it will be when the political criminal them get locked up. What a day it will be, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Telling you. So let's go to UHWI because Christopher Tufton feel like say him can escape the judgment. There will be no distractions. You understand? There will be no distractions. None. No distractions. At all. Alright, my people? Let's get to this. Come up, man. Come up. Give me a kiss. One kiss. Let's start the man fast, man. And do the right thing. I'm gonna get to read the article here, you know. More see what I go on, you know. With the UHWI, you know. Who that? Al Jermaine Burrell, pick up yourself. Matthew in a place. Who else there? Let me see what I go on. Let me do a road call. Put a one in the chat if you're here on YouTube and you're glad to be here. You understand? If you're not sorry you're here, put a one in the chat. Winston, Denise, Simple Pebbles, Myrtle, Richard, Ralston, Radoston, Sean, Kemar, Joe, Laura, Felicia, what's going on? Crystal, Valerie. Oh, no day on the knock, say hi to me. Gary, what you deal with? Garden, what I deal with? Chop all this. Ivan, Senior, Lloyd. What people there? Simone. What people there? Oh, no, big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. Linda, everybody. Oh, no, big up on yourself. Eldan, big up. Al Jermaine, Mafia ZZ Dan, big up. Mafia ZZ Dan, am I bridging that? No, I don't know that bridging there. Simone, big up yourself. Archangel, big up. Think of the my bridging, you know. Felicia said, what can go so? They need to look up Dr. Carl Bruce like today. Man, me say, God and time. Anyway, public concern about this article here? Gordon Robinson, a hospital sicker than its patients. Listen to this. A hospital sicker than its patients. Mighty God. Public concerns abound about a recent Auditor General report on the Hospital of the West Indies procurement practices. Much of and leg spin deliveries were bellowed in media, including those using distractions to confuse us regarding the Auditor General's subject and purpose. I listened with amusement on radio to a rambling cover version, It Wasn't Me by Christopher Tufton. Remember that. Where he relied on UHWI regional character, its partnership with the University of West Indies, making UHWI a teaching hospital, its proximity to privately owned Tony to its wing, and the best part, I only appoint 8 members on the board to obfuscate the fact that what the hell? No, hold on the people. I first hear that word. I have never heard that word. I've never heard it spoken. I have to go and look that up. Obfuscate. Meaning. It means to deliberate, making something unclear, confusing, or difficult to understand. Often to conceal the truth. Liard! Man, use big word for Christopher Tufton. Liard! Means to deliberately make something unclear, confusing, or difficult to understand. Because, to be honest with you guys, when I was listening to Christopher Tufton on that interview on TV, I said to myself, what the hell is he talking about? It sounded exactly like what this person is saying, trying to confuse the issue when the issue is quite clear. But moving on. Zane, where am I? It wasn't me. Christopher Tufton relied on yes, board to obfuscate the fact that the Auditor General was inquiring into expenditures of Jamaican taxpayers' money on contract governed by Jamaica's procurement rules. So, I love this already because this person is focusing on the issue. What is the issue? The issue is this, ladies and gentlemen. Plug out this. The issue is this. Our tax dollars were misused. Period. So how can Christopher Tufton not take any responsibility? We were robbed of taxes. So how can Christopherton not take any... As a matter of fact, Andrew Holness in it too. He the leader of the party. He the prime minister. How can they not? It's like having a banking institution in Jamaica not properly regulated. Don't have the right license. It's operating without a license and goes unchecked. And the government does nothing. How do you have procurement, back up procurement, back up procurement? No paperwork at the UHWI. $520 million. And you want to tell us and talk about, oh, you know, listen, it's the board, you know. They are the ones that are solely to be blamed. What? Aren't you the overseer? Aren't you the regulator? Aren't you the head of operations? To make sure, oversee that things are operating the way it should, that people get proper healthcare services. All of that was broken down. And you want to blame everybody else but yourself, Christopher Tufton. I want to confuse us with rhetoric and nonsense that has not... I am so happy for this article. And I haven't even read... I haven't read 3 paragraphs yet. Not even 3 paragraphs me don't read. Oh, this is an extensive article. Oh my God. Lord of mercy. Damn. Oh, they went in. No, they went... No. Guys, you know what? May I give back my mother her phone? Mama, come for your phone. The article is too long. I have to do a show on this alone. No. I have to do a show on this alone. I'm going what? 4 hours? Damn! No, almost 4 hours. Damn! Almost 4 hours there alive. From Bolo V&R 2.0. No, what you know, say. We start the live from a little bit after 11, you know. What time now? Yeah. We start the live from a little bit after 11. 12, 1, 2, 3. Little bit after 11. That means at any moment now, I'm going to hit the 4 hour mark. But you guys have been rocking out with me. So I'm rocking out with y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Listen, for the persons on TikTok, make sure y'all go to my bio. And I'm encouraging you guys to subscribe to me. Subscribe to me. Support the platform. Get your subscription. Alright? Subscribe. Okay? I don't reach 50,000 likes. I don't know why I'm not doing this, you know. Oh God. Guys, anytime I come on live, what can go so? Anytime I go on live, the aim is 50,000 likes on TikTok. I don't put an aim on gifts, but there is an aim. It's automatically aimed. There's a goal right there. I don't stress that. Sometimes I forget to even pin it when it pops up. See it there? With the hat them on the mustache. Zine. And then, you know, my cash app is right there up the top right here. So that's the cash app. You want to cash at me? Right? Yeah. So there's ways to support. And it is within my own interest to point out to you the ways to support. Hitting the like button is also a way to support. Sharing the live. Boy, hey, Dan Smith, I don't know. We have women that are operating like political prostitutes out here talking about that they are women king. So I don't know. But, you know, am I surprised? No. I am not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. So, you know, given the fact that they support a party in the JLP that literally comes out and says just lies about a lot of different things, you know, and don't take accountability, don't have good character, none of those things. And them not have no shame of that. So they shouldn't be upset when I say what I say, which is the truth. You understand? Because them not have no shame. They are shameless. Shameless. Barefaced. Shameless. No integrity. None. I may challenge anybody upon that. In a debate. Anybody. You have to exercise integrity. You can't just say you have it. Much like if you're a man or woman of God, it has to be demonstrated through your livity, through your life and how you live. You can't just say, oh, I'm a man or woman of God. No. Demonstrate. Same. It's true demonstration. Rick, respect. Big up yourself. Thanks for liking up the live. You know, go on good. Oh. Oh, this fee plant? A fee plant? Oh. Yeah, man. Thank you, guys. Like up the live, man. Like up. That's it. That's it. All right. So, I'm going to end the live on YouTube. Big up on yourself. If you haven't hit the like button, hit it now. All right. Before you go. Thank you.